that there are some people that we ban, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's definitely
and just because we ban
bias.
those people, just because we ban those people doesn't mean that there's something shady there, right? There's an actual legitimate reason as to why those people were banned.
Well, see, I won't agree with that because there's been a lot of people.
So there's not a legitimate and reasonable. There's not a legitimate and reasonable approach to saying that you should ban racists from these platforms.
No, racist, absolutely. But what does that have to do with Alex Jones getting completely canceled on every
I'm just
platform?
saying, well, because we're establishing that there are some people, okay? So it's not the case that in all scenarios, right, we just allow any type of speech, right?
Dude.
That's the point I'm establishing.
Okay.
And then the second point would be, the stuff that he says is clearly speaking, right, misinformation in many scenarios. Many scenarios.
Okay, so
he's
now,
been literally proven in court wrong, right?
So now, yeah, on one thing. So now...
You know how much money he had to pay for that?
Yeah, that one thing that he was wrong about.
That is fucking wild. Yeah. No, it's not just that. Not just like one thing he was wrong about. You know how many times he said that? Think of the hand push. You know how much people he got to believe that?
He said, yeah, one thing, one topic. Jesus.
That's wild. You know, he claims he literally believes there's like reptilians controlling the entire planet. Have you watched fucking Alex Jones talk?
You know that? Yeah, that's satire, dude. But there's a lot of shit on his show that is clearly satire. Like he's being fucking stupid on purpose. But
you can't tell with him because he actually believes some of that shit.
You just compared. You're saying that like I agree. A racist on any platform should get fucking shut down immediately. But how? Okay, validate Alex Jones getting canceled on every platform if there's not something they're trying to hide because that's all he talks about.
I don't know. I don't know if I would ban Alex Jones. I wouldn't do it. Right. I wouldn't ban it. Right. Depending on what he said. If he said something like really insane that I just haven't heard about recently. Right. I wouldn't ban him. Right. But it's because of him lying. I would argue against him. I would make sure that we absolutely destroy his content in the fucking free marketplace of ideas. I appreciate the corgi. Thank you so much. That's literally what I would do, right? But clearly speaking, I don't know, the misinformation. Is that not a blatant fucking reason?
Well, the misinformation thing, like they didn't start sticking people with the misinformation thing until the pandemic hit.
No, there was misinformation happening prior to that.
Yeah, but it wasn't like extremely enforced.
It happened more because it was enforced. It happened more because there was harmful misinformation about COVID.
What the fuck? I just saw somebody in the comments say crisis actors. Exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
That's exactly what fucking Alex Jones said about the Sandy Hook thing. You're doing it again. Literally following the same shit. This is exactly why that type of stuff is harmful. Okay, to be able to perpetuate. Again, and it gets people
Alex
like you to be able to believe that same shit with literally no fucking evidence. Like, dude, you have literally no evidence for that claim, and you still believe it, dude. It's like,
do you have fucking eyeballs? Hey, do you have fucking eyeballs?
Yes, I do have eyeballs, and you can send me a source.
Okay, you have a brain, right?
You
have a brain, right? And you have ears, right?
Eyeballs.
You have a working brain, right?
Yes, I do.
You got fingers, right?
Yes.
So you could go to this thing called the internet, and you can search and do hours of research
on the internet,
and you'll be fucking mind blown when you dig hard enough.
What on the internet?
I don't know, man. There's this thing called Google. You just type in fucking.
You see what I mean? He said, "I don't even know." He said, "I don't know." Like.
Oh, okay. So.
Andy, appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
Basic conversations. I mean, they like the crisis actors. Like crisis actors are real. That is 100%. Like, there's no doubt. But the Sandy Hook thing.
Can you give me evidence?
Obviously, that would be why he'd probably think that shit is fucking fake because there are crisis actors.
Trust me, bro. Shit. I need to get an Omnitrix that has "Trust me, bro" on it. Like you know that was easy button. Instead, it's gonna say "Trust me, bro." Okay.
How many times they had bodies laying out covered up with tarps that were supposed to be dead, and then the fucking guy uncovers his face for a second. That's supposed to be dead.
Trust me, bro.
Media guy runs over to cover it up because he's like, "Fuck."
Trust me, bro.
It's so sad that like everybody on the internet can see the same video and then it be from the fucking media, from the news channels, and go viral, and motherfuckers whack like they never saw it.
I literally didn't see anything you're talking about. Can you please give it to me?
Oh, maybe you need to like get into the conspiracy side of TikTok because you'll find a lot of crazy.
I have been on the conspiracy side of TikTok. I know a lot of lore about that stuff, about the aliens, the fucking Greys, the Nordics. Right? We go into all the fucking shit.
That's absurd. Right. That shit is absurd. That's ridiculous.
Oh, that's just on the same fucking playing field as you right now.
No, it's not. The government being corrupt and fucked up and paying.
Wait, I believe I believe the government is corrupt to some extent, right? But
then
we have facts to actually back that up, right? You're not actually providing facts to back that up. Right, there are certain respects in which the government is corrupt in terms of like corporations being able to influence politicians and influence the legislation that exists. Right, but that does not mean every aspect of the government is corrupt within nature. That is called a composition fallacy. You're saying because parts of this particular thing are this way, that means the whole operates that way. And the same thing would be justifying given the particular reasoning that say I can't see trees because trees are made up of atoms. Atoms are not visible to the human eye. Therefore, trees would not be made visible to the human eye because they're made up of atoms. Right? But that's not the case because there would be a composition fallacy there.
Damn. Them some big words. So
that was not a big word. And I literally explained it too. I guarantee you couldn't tell it to me back.
Oh my God, dude. Yes. Talking about the fucking the composition of a tree is like it's atoms and shit and it's a fallacy. Yeah. The parts,
the whole. You're not even gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about the whole because I had something I wanted to say. So you're fucking with the conspiracies, right?
What conspiracies?
So you believe the government's corrupt and you would agree that
these aren't conspiracies. These are factual.
Right. So is the crisis actors and all that other shit. Agreed. But
no, you provided no evidence for that. I can provide you evidence that there are corporate lobbyists that influence legislation. Like I can literally give that to you.
Oh my God. Okay, so fuck, what was I gonna say, man? Okay, so yeah, what do you have to say about the Russian troops that found the laboratories with adrenochrome in them, bro?
Can you give me evidence of that?
Go look it up.
Go look it up. It's like you're trolling, bro. Come on, man.
I'm not trying to troll.
You literally watch Alex Jones' podcast and just like run with the information.
No, I don't watch Alex Jones' podcast. I usually only watch Alex Jones when he goes on Joe Rogan's because Joe Rogan will put him in his place if he's spewing nonsense.
Trust me, bro. Trust me.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Please, just trust me. Trust me, bro.
I left comments on those videos.
You literally cannot come on my live and like get super angry at me at the beginning when you came on my live and be like, you're saying all this bullshit and stuff like that. And then you literally come on my live. You don't give me any evidence.
A lot of the shit you're saying is like snowflake bootlick and shit. Like it's absolutely
what's snowflake? What's snowflake and what's bootleg?
I said bootlicker.
What's wrong with what I'm saying?
What do you mean? What's wrong with what you're saying? You're essentially fucking saying that Biden's the shit.
No, I'm not. I don't like Biden. I think Biden is a plate of shit. Just Trump is a plate of shit with a half plate of shit on the side.
Oh, well then what the fuck are we doing here?
Well, what do you mean?
Everything you said was like you were sniffing Joe Biden's ass. If you fucking don't like Joe Biden,
I don't like Joe Biden at all.
That makes this conversation way more interesting.
Yeah, he's literally been in office for 40 fucking years, right? And he's literally oh my, I could go on tirades about Joe Biden for a long time, right? But I don't like Joe Biden at all. Okay, I think he's better than Trump though. Like I really wish I could sit here and I could just like go off on all of the bad things I don't like about Joe Biden, but I can't do it because I have to talk to people about fucking Trump.
I mean, you could easily just swipe that shit, kick me out of here, and go on a rant, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. This is a debate platform. I can rant later.
Because that's interesting. You don't like Trump and you don't like Biden, but you agree with sending money to Ukraine. But you know the government's corrupt. But you disputed the other guy's claims.
Within certain respects,
you disputed the other guy's claims, even though there is evidence, and he didn't give you the exact sources because, again, nobody's fucking sitting on the sideline with a laptop ready to get in here and argue with you.
We gave him time to look up the source.
I mean, I only did that once, and you pulled up some bullshit. But
no, you pulled up some bullshit, and I called out your bullshit. Right,
bro.
You gave me something that was prior to, literally prior to them pulling out of Afghanistan. Right? What are you talking about, dude?
Bruh, calm down, bruh.
I'm completely calm, dude. I'm like laughing about it.
Me too. It's just funny. But
acquaint yourself with the reality. I should have said that instead.
There you go. You know what? That's polite. You know, if you said that shit, I'd be like, you know what? I should. But I don't want
not
to.
Polite. Not kidding. It is polite. It is polite.
It's way more polite than get a fucking grip. But
get a grip. Yeah.
It's I don't know, man.
Come on, you had to play Call of Duty to get that one, to get a grip. You don't get the get a grip thing if you didn't play Call of Duty wagers.
The text messages between Hunter Biden and his dad in Ukraine and shit. What do you got? What do you really don't believe that? Or
wait, sorry, the connections with Ukraine with Joe Biden? I don't think that you have conclusive evidence about Joe Biden being connected to that, but sure, there's some like suspicious stuff when it relates to Hunter Biden. But I mean, he's a lawyer.
do with it because that whole family is influencing. Like if you're the son of the president, your influence is going to be insane in other countries.
Yeah, if I brought up Donald Trump Jr., you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, that's not even Trump." Like you guys literally just bring up things that relate to Trump. It's just the media trying to take out Trump.
No, that's not at all. You haven't tried to. I know that Trump Jr. is kind of an asshole from what I've heard, but I don't.
Yeah, and I could talk about the times that he did drugs and stuff like that, but no one ever brings that up.
Hey, I don't care. I don't care what Hunter Biden did. If you want to do fucking crack, do crack, but don't be fucking with our money while you're doing crack. That's a problem. That's why I got a problem with the money being sent to Ukraine, because again, the illegal businesses that are over there, the laboratories and all the other shit that we have over there that he's so desperately trying to protect.
Everyone wants to tell you in the chat, 2 billion.
2 billion?
Yeah.
What about 2 billion?
Jared Kushner.
Bruh. All right. You know what? You're right. I don't got no sources. I could go get my laptop and pull it up and be a nerd, but I don't want to do that. I could argue my opinion all day. You don't have to believe it or agree with it because, again, I'm not giving you sources, which is apparently what you need because you're a fucking vampire. You have to have... You're an information vampire, dude. It's like, oh, you said this? Give me a fucking paragraph.
Okay, yeah. So we're going to live in a society where I'm just going to start making claims and you're just going to accept them, and I'm not going to give you any reason to believe it, right? You're just going to accept it immediately. You know how much we're going to move in that society? Nothing at all.
That's not what I said. Not one time did I say that's how it should be.
Dude, an information vampire means that I was just asking you for a source for a claim that you made.
I know, but I'm saying, if I tell you something and I don't have a source, you are capable of retaining that information and going and researching it yourself and then coming up with something later.
I'm gonna be so real, right? I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to remember that by the end of the live.
Oh my god, you're saying I'm not interesting?
No, I'm saying I literally go live for 5 hours, 6 hours every day. So I just there's so many conversations where I do miss information sometimes.
Nah, I get it. Yeah, I called him a vampire. What of it?
Trust me, bro. Approved.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm gonna fight. You know what? That's my new shit.
I'm actually gonna make Trust Me, Bro merch. Like, that's actually happening.
You're welcome.
Well, it's not because of this. I've been.
It's gonna be good merch. Trust me, bro.
Yeah, trust me, bro.
It's gonna sound
trust me, bro. It's gonna be great. Yeah. So, is there anything else you want to go over or talk about?
Okay. Well, the number one reason I support Trump, I'll just get straight back to that topic. I feel like, yes, he was an asshole. Absolutely. He was rude. And again, like the other guy said, he wasn't like born and fucking raised and bred to be in politics. But I think what he did was what we needed. He stood up to fucking Korea. He didn't take nobody's shit. He wasn't afraid to fucking be a leader. That's important. Like our president right now, he's a fucking pussy. He wouldn't fucking do shit.
You know that the relations with North Korea were terrible anyway.
I mean, they've been terrible for a very long time, and at least somebody did something.
It did nothing. It literally did nothing. Thank you for the dinosaur. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
What do you mean?
They stopped testing their missiles because
Trump fucking
He
told
he
us.
called him Rocket Man before, met with him, and then called him Rocket Man after.
What, he was talking shit to him?
Yeah, he was talking
what?
shit.
Yeah, he's the fucking leader of the free world. He can talk shit.
You understand that that's not going to be conducive towards having a good relation between countries? Do you not realize that when you have a country's president calling you fucking Rocket Man on Twitter in front of hundreds of millions of people?
If you're the king and you're on top, I think you can say whatever the fuck you want.
This guy,
Sorry.
right? Okay, so Biden can say whatever the fuck he wants too, right?
Well, if he could formulate a sentence, maybe.
I mean, he can formulate sentences, right? He just formulates incoherent sentences.
Yeah.
You got to get it right, bro. But honestly, right, again, I would take incoherent Biden, right, over Trump. I'm not joking.
That's so crazy to me. And you don't agree that our country needs borders?
No, we have borders right now.
No,
and again, right, I do think, hold on, I want to clarify. I do think that people take Biden's like state mentally way too far, right? He's not incoherent in all circumstances, but there are many clips of him being incoherent, right?
Yeah.
There is a claim that he is mentally degraded over the time. That's true, right? But
yeah, they're both
there are
old fucks,
many clips of Trump being incoherent, right?
Yeah, they're both old fucks, 100%.
Yeah.
That's another problem. I just saw a fucking video earlier where somebody said like the younger generation needs to step up. We need to stop having such old people in control of everything. I agree with that. But you really don't think that like our country having physical borders that are effective is a good idea? You had a Did you have a problem with that?
We do have physical borders that are, what do you mean physical border?
I mean a wall that is effectively keeping people from getting into our country.
We don't have to have things all the way across the border.
Why don't we?
We currently don't. We haven't throughout all of history.
The most sought after country on the planet.
Yeah, and there are openings. That's why there's border patrol.
Yeah, okay, so we just keep throwing men and women at the border to protect it instead of just building a wall where we wouldn't have to do that.
Okay, why do you want to build the wall on the Canadian border? Because people are flying to Canada.
We should. Yeah, eventually.
So we should build a wall on the Canada border and the Mexico border.
Yeah, what do you mean? I live right next to the Canadian border, and there is massive problems up here because of people coming in illegally. That's a problem everywhere.
So in Canada too. Okay, so for example, how far should we go into the water into like the ocean? Because remember, people could just swim in the ocean around the borders.
Well,
like
again, like I said, that's where you could just have a couple people posted on the ends.
So border patrol.
Yeah, a few. You wouldn't have to have hundreds of thousands of people watching the border.
We don't have hundreds of thousands of people watching the border.
Yeah, which is why there's so many people getting in.
There isn't that many people getting in through the border. Most people who come to the country.
Insane.
Hold up.
You're fucking insane.
Most people who come into the country by flying here through legal visa processes and then overstaying the visa. That's the most people here undocumented. Right? If we relate to the overall population of people in the U.S., clearly speaking, it's not a high percentage of people. Thank you for the hand
There's
hearts.
so many. What? Again, you're going to be like, source, but there's so many fucking. That was a huge crisis for a fucking couple years where it was just. People were mind blown at how many fucking illegal immigrants were getting over here. That's the whole reason that the wall was.
Again, you're just saying that there's a lot, right? How many?
Oh, okay. Fuck. I need garlic.
0.03% of the total population.
I gotta get this. What, current population in the U.S.? I'm talking about the ones that came over.
0.03% of the total population.
0.03% of whose population? Ours or Mexico's?
The U.S.
I'm talking about the ones that were coming over, the ones that aren't registered as part of the population.
No, I'm saying people who are coming to the country through the border makes up probably 0.03%. Are you okay, bro?
You can't even understand the question that I'm asking.
No, I'm not. Hold up. No, are you actually okay, man?
You genuinely you literally cannot comprehend the question I'm asking you. It's too much for you.
What's crazy. The question? What did I know?
Bro's turning me into an information vampire.
No, so real, dude. You should be.
Gotta get some garlic. Keep me safe.
How many people do you think in the population are undocumented?
Undocumented? Well, see, the problem is if they're undocumented, you can't really give an accurate number. But
Estimates.
I'm sure it's going to be an absurdly low number just because they want Biden to look good. Let's see, like...
So you literally have it set up in your brain that no matter what you are about to see in information, you're still going to hold the same position. He's like justifying it before he looks at it. He's like,
no, because there's so many times where it's been blatantly obvious that they're just trying to like, it's like they're doing PR basically, just trying to make Biden administration look good for no fucking reason. Instead of fixing something that's wrong with the country or something that's wrong with a specific area, like Hawaii, for example, that was awful.
I appreciate the confetti. Thank you so much. Yeah, so it's estimated. It's estimated there's like 500,000 illegal entries into the U.S. That's including this from Pew Research, including like U.S. People overstaying visas and going through border. So that's not counting the people who are coming through the border. And if we take that and divide that by the total U.S. population, let's do that real quick. Divided by 330 million. Yeah, that's 0.0015.
Hey, man, that's still a lot.
Appreciate the sunglasses. Thank you so much.
That's still a lot. Let's think about the total population of the, that's a lot, man. That's a big number, regardless. Come on now. Look at all the numbers. I'm joking. I got it. Okay. I feel like I'm in the wrong place because I just saw somebody in the
comments. That's a year, by the way. That's a year. That's a whole year's worth of people.
I said something about Hawaii, and somebody in the comments said Hawaii wasn't natural. That's one thing I'm not gonna get on board for, bro. Hawaii was attacked by space lasers. Come on.
That's something. That's something I would expect you to get on top of. Thankfully, you're not.
No, yes, I try to keep it somewhat reasonable, where it's like there could be some tweaks and some liars in there that there's no way to be right or wrong about it. I like the shit that's questionable, no matter what side you stand on. But
but literally space lasers, yeah.
Said, blue lasers from space. Look at it. It's just like the fires a couple months ago when they all started at the same time. Come on, bro. All
right. Well, is there anything else you want to go over or talk about, man?
No, I think we're good. I followed.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
I enjoyed the conversation. It was fun.
Peace out.
See ya.
Does anyone notice how he came in like extremely aggressive, and then by the end, thank you for the good afternoon. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. He mellowed out. Anyone notice that? That was a W. W in terms of the mellow out. Yo, thank you, Alfredo. I appreciate the epic GG. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
What's happening?
Yeah, how old are you? Stacy, I appreciate that. The subscription. Thank you so much, Stacy. How old are you?
I'm 35.
For sure. Do you support Trump?
I definitely do.
Why so? Yo, Dean, man, I appreciate the rose. Why so?
I mean, there's a lot of reasons. I usually like to ask people, why don't they?
Well, I mean, I can give you many reasons. One,
give me not opinionated reasons. Like, give me actual reasons.
Yeah,
why you don't support.
He's literally lied about the election being stolen for the past few years.
Okay.
And even Trump appointed.
I'm not trying to let's go one at a time. So why do you say that was a lie?
Well, because there's absolutely no evidence indicating it to be the case, even though we've had multiple different court cases in even from Trump appointed judges that didn't indicate that to be the case. This was the least fraudulent election in U.S. history.
Okay, but there was also are you aware that there has been many people in many states that have been arrested for election fraud regarding the 2020 election? So in order,
and most of them were Republican.
No.
Okay, well then, do you want to send them to me? Let's go through them. Let's see their party affiliation.
Hold on. Well, I can tell you the party affiliation, but you're not going to believe me. But it's okay.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, let's see.
Hold on. So in order for people to be arrested for election interference or charges regarding election fraud, there had to be some type of interference. You would agree?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
There wouldn't have to be, but there was some level of interference, right? But there was proportionally less comparative to every other election in U.S. history. There's interference in every election.
So Trump's indictments hold so much power because he was charged. Isn't that a little bit of hypocritical?
How is that hypocritical? 91 charges could indicate that possibly one could be true.
Okay, so one of Trump's indictments that you guys like are so in love with is that it regards the 2020 election. It's him saying something that they say he was asking for 11,000 votes. So they charge him for that.
No,
but
it's not just the asking for 11,000 votes. It was like there's RICO violations, which means he uses like multiple different people to like try to defraud the United States government. So that would be a process of it. There was oh my gosh, there's like a fly. There was also like racketeering and stuff like that. So there's like other ones that aren't like specific to that.
Okay, but once again though, there has been people arrested in the states of Michigan, Georgia, Wisconsin, and Arizona regarding the 2020 election.
There were people arrested in those places. Can you tell me the party affiliation? Like tell me where to find this, and then we'll go through the party affiliation of all of them.
You said tell you where to find this?
Yeah. Yo, Sarah, thank you so much for the whale diving. I appreciate it, Sarah. W Sarah in the comment section, everyone.
If you're gonna read it, you can look on the Gateway Pundit. But there's also a documentary. There was also a documentary made in 2021 that had
what's the title?
2,000 Mules.
Oh, I mean, I've already heard stuff like that. Yo, Sarah, thank you for the whale diving again. I appreciate it, Sarah.
Have you watched it?
I haven't myself, but I have multiple friends who have watched it and gone through it. They advised against it, so that there's nothing in it, and I know them.
Who's they?
I appreciate the whale diving. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. My friend Matt.
Who's they?
My friend Matt, who's in the live right now. Do you want to talk to him about it?
Well, I mean, so you take Matt's word for it?
No, yeah, I do. Hell yeah, dude. He's a really good friend of mine. Appreciate the whale diving. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'd have very similar opinions when it relates to that. Do you want me to bring him up?
You can bring him up, but I mean, so since Matt tells you not to watch it, you don't watch it.
Yeah.
So you'd rather live with making a claim that can debunk your claim, but instead you won't watch it. So you'll just keep the claim.
No. I'm willing to look into it, right? But the evidence was poor, indicated by Matt, right? I have many prior experiences with Matt indicating that he's very good at looking through data like this, right? So I didn't take that lightly when he said it. But if you want me to look through it even further because you think that maybe he missed something or something like that, I can go through and look at that.
Parker, hear me out, bro. So the last thing I don't even know you. The last thing I'm gonna do is lie to you, right? And lie to the people.
Well, so, I don't know you. I know Matt though.
It's cool, but I'm just telling you. One thing about me is I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a factual person. I'm not an opinionated person, so you'll never hear my opinion because I don't have one. So I'm gonna tell you what I've seen.
Pretty sure you've told me your opinion.
No, it's not an opinion.
You haven't told me a single opinion on this live.
it would have to be an opinion for for it to be an opinion. It's not an opinion. There's evidence.
You want to something wild? You saying that I don't share my opinions on this is your own opinion.
No, but look though, that's not an opinion.
Two,
that's the
right?
truth.
When I ask you, do you support Trump?
You cut me
and
off.
you say, wait. When I ask you, do you support Trump, and you say yes, is that an opinion?
But we started talking about the election.
Wait. Is that? Wait, hold on. Is that an opinion? Is that an opinion?
No, that's not. That's not an opinion. Okay. I'm giving you reasons, so that's not an opinion. That's a truth.
You can have reasons behind your opinion.
No. So here's the thing, right? An opinion. Look at it like this. Right?
It's a fact that you support Biden. Is that what you're trying to say?
What?
Are you saying instead of it being an opinion, what is it? You said you support Trump. What is it? Yeah. And do you want to talk to Matt about it?
You never brought him up. But I mean, like,
you want to talk to him about it? I'll bring him up. Thank you for the hat and mustache. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You never brought him up.
I'm inviting him. We'll see if he joins, if he sees it. Well, I mean, you can talk in the meantime. Ryan, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. He might be away from his phone. Let me message him.
And most of you people that dispute there being, interference or whatever, you guys got that from TV. None of you have really done thorough research or even talked to anybody about
interference in relation to what?
It's really true or not.
Interference in relation to what?
The election.
Yeah, and I've actually looked into it, right? I just haven't watched 2,000 Meals.
Okay, but
you're literally using TV as your evidence. You know that, right?
That's not TV. That's not TV.
What?
It's a documentary. It's a documentary.
Yeah, aren't documentaries on TV? That's what?
It was made by a citizen journalist with no agenda.
How do you know that they have no? What do you mean no agenda, dude?
No agenda.
What do you mean no agenda?
What agenda did they?
Appreciate the cat. Thank you so much, Lana. Thank you.
2000 Meals?
No, I don't know. I did. All right, but I would say that everyone has some level of an agenda if they're making a political-based documentary.
Dinesh D'Souza. That's who made it. And he had no political agenda. He actually worked for Barack Obama.
Thank you for the confetti. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
At one point.
Okay. What's your point?
Let me ask you a question.
Appreciate the sunglasses. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gamer Cat.
Do you believe that January 6th was what they call an insurrection or a storming of the Capitol or whatever they call it?
Yo, wasn't me. Thank you so much for the Leon. I appreciate it. Wasn't me. W for wasn't me in the comment section right now, everyone. W's for wasn't me. How do you define an insurrection?
Definitely not what January 6th was. But by
so by that definition, then no, it's not. But we just need to clarify the definition of what it is. Like, what's an insurrection?
The definition of an insurrection is trying to overthrow the government.
So was that a violent uprising against like an authority or government? Yeah.
No, it really wasn't though. Were you there?
And how come people died? Did you see people breaking the windows?
No. Were you there?
I wasn't there.
Man, you should have been there, man. It was a great time.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
Cap.
No cap.
Were you inside the Capitol?
No, I was not inside the Capitol.
So you weren't there?
No, I was there.
Where were you there?
I wasn't inside.
Well, I didn't need so you were outside of the Capitol?
Yeah. Everybody was outside the Capitol.
No, there were people inside. Did you go inside at any point?
Well, the people I was looking, I could see everything. So the people that you see on TV, like that was the whole purpose.
Did you go inside at any point?
No, I did not.
No, you didn't. Did you get close?
Did I get close? I mean, everybody was close.
No, like how close did you get?
Yeah. Have you ever been to Washington D.C.?
No, I haven't. How close did you get?
Close enough. I didn't go inside. I didn't need to go inside.
What is close enough?
I was in between the ellipse and the Capitol.
That's a very large area. Can you please? That's a few blocks, dude. Can you just tell me
a few blocks.
How close?
A few blocks. That was close.
You were within. No. Dude, you know exactly what you're saying. You were low key there, bro. Let's be totally real. You just don't want to say it right now.
Well, here's the thing, right?
Yeah, I fucking knew it, dude. You didn't even deny it. You didn't even deny it, bro.
Here's the thing, right? Because you're getting all animated for nothing for your audience.
What do you mean, bro? You're not even denying the fact that I just said that you could have been in the fucking Capitol building.
I just told you. No matter how many times you asked me, I was not in the Capitol. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, are you telling the truth with that?
Well, definitely. I don't lie. Why would I need to lie? Like I just said.
Well, because I don't think that's a legal action.
Well, actually, it's not actually wrong for anything that I did. That's why I didn't get in trouble.
Oh, or they just didn't catch you.
I didn't break any laws, my brother.
Well, not to their knowledge.
No, they know who was in there and who wasn't. Trust me. There's a lot of surveillance that they've been withholding from the general public, and there's a reason behind it. So
they have like incredible surveillance that we don't know, but they didn't have good enough like systems to stop people from getting in the first place.
That wasn't the objective. The whole objective was to let people in. You realize that. Not even 10 people died that day, and they tell you that it's worse than 9/11. And then people like yourself or whoever
I never said anything about being worse than 9/11.
9/11. Hold on. You guys.
I never said that.
Hold on. What? You're cutting me off.
No. You're lying about me. That's a wild claim to say that I did that.
You did say you were like, 2 people died or a few people died or something.
Yeah, I said a few people died, which is true, right? I never said that it was worse than 9/11. That's a wild claim.
No, I didn't say you said that. That's what Kamala Harris was quoted saying, or Joe Biden. Like,
can you give me a source?
They said it was worse than Pearl Harbor and worse than 9/11.
How many people died at Pearl Harbor?
Not more than January 6th. I can tell you. Okay, well then,
can you give me a source for that?
Didn't the war start behind?
Can you give me a source that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris said that?
Well, why don't you just look it up yourself, bro?
Well, I mean, you're the one who made the claim.
I told you that they said it, so all you have to do is just look it up.
Yeah, so like,
it's that simple.
Then every single thing I'm going to say, you just need to look up too, right? You're not going to require any source from me.
The difference is, like, I know propaganda. Like, I can tell the difference between propaganda and truth.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I bet you're so great at it. Yeah, sorry.
Like, it's not hard. The people that don't get it, they're just willingly ignorant. And people could say, "Oh no, you're willingly ignorant." That's cool, but at the end of the day, one of us is right and one of us is wrong. Just make sure it's not you at the end of the just really make sure.
Yeah, that's why you need a source. Can you give me a source?
Source on what?
Anything you've just said, because you've made a lot of claims that I don't think you have justification for.
Like what, January 6th or what?
No, about the claims about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Can you give me evidence that you said that?
You can look them up. There's audio.
Thank you for the night helmet. I appreciate it, by the way.
Where do you go to find your audio at?
Audio?
Yeah.
For what?
Like when you're trying to find a clip of something that you think that Donald Trump said or whatever, like where do you
I just look it up on
listen to your
Google.
audio at? Huh?
Look it up on Google.
Okay, so why don't you just look that up on Google then? You're asking for a source. Why don't you?
So
just
what should I look up? Kamala Harris saying thank you so much.
Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, because it's the claim that you made. Does he not realize that, like, dude, what you don't realize is that it's literally a claim that you just made.
Well, first off, like I just said, if I'm not an opinionated person, I'm not giving you an opinion. If I say it, I've seen.
So Kamala Harris said January 6th will echo in U.S. history like Pearl Harbor, 9/11, and those other circumstances.
Are you reading that, or is that what?
Yeah, that's what this says.
Okay, but are you listening to the audio, or did you read it?
I just read it.
You're reading it.
Because what do you want me to listen to the audio right now while I'm on live?
Huh?
You want me to listen to the audio while I'm on live?
Why not?
Okay. I appreciate that. Appreciate that mustache. Thank you so much. It's like a news thing that's like 10 minutes long. We can't do that.
See, and that's the thing, man. So
I'm not going to play an entire 10-minute video on live.
Right, but you're automatically right.
When did I say I'm automatically right? With what? That's what I'm just telling you what it says.
Yeah. Right. You're not playing it. You're just saying what they said. You're just repeating what they said.
Thank you for the little crown. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Do.
Yeah, that's exactly because that's what they did say.
Repeat what they said. What they said.
Yeah, you can also check. There are multiple other people claim this, multiple other things on the internet. Cool. It's not just that.
Y'all keep believing in they and repeating.
Can you give me a single source that Can you give me a single source that indicates that they said that it was worse than 9/11? Give me a single source. You made that claim.
Well, first off, I don't even.
Did you listen to the audio?
I don't even listen to these people, and I even heard the audio myself. So
you did hear the audio.
Yeah, of course.
And do you think that they said that it was worse? So give me a single source that says that. I'll wait.
Of course.
I'll give you time to go look it up. I'll give you time. Go ahead. Go ahead and find it, dude.
Their press conferences. What are you talking about?
No, go find it, dude.
Huh?
Go find it. I'll give you time.
Go find it?
Yeah.
I need to go find it. How do I play it for you? If I'm
you can just tell me. You can just give me tell me what to look up once you find it.
We were just there. What are you talking about? You just said you could Google it, bro.
Are you talking about this?
What are you talking about?
Are you talking about this? Is not just the audio. Hold on. This is not just the audio. It's an entire news thing.
That's like you guys are.
Dude, it's not just the audio. It's an entire news thing.
Why didn't you watch it?
Because it's fucking 10 minutes long and I'm on live, bro.
Right. That shit's crazy, bro. All you gotta do is that not
a legitimate and valid reason?
No, it's not. Because if it fits your narrative, I
would not watch a 10-minute video if it fit my narrative either.
Bro, if it fit your narrative, you would have definitely played it. Trust me.
10 minutes? No.
You liberals are all the same, bro.
What do you mean us liberals are all the same? You're just not engaging with any of my points.
No, definitely not. That's what you're doing. See, that's another thing that liberals do. You're telling me what I'm doing. You're literally a liberal. Not doing it. That's what you're doing.
You know something wild? You're a liberal.
Well, yeah, because that's what liberals do. Like,
so you're a liberal too. Thank you for the little crown. I appreciate it. You're a liberal too.
Liberals want sources all the time, and
you want sources. You're a liberal.
If it's a source, no. If it's something that fits a liberal,
you're literally liberal, dude.
They don't need it. They won't go look it up. It's crazy. Dude. I'm not a Republican either. I'm not a conservative. You're liberal. My values are more, huh?
You're liberal.
Fuck no.
No, you're liberal. I promise.
Definitely not a liberal. The last thing you could call
I will bet you money that you're a liberal.
I bet you would never ever win that money, and I wouldn't even bet you money on that because
You want to put money on it, and I'll give
I'm
you the
by far
definition
not a
too.
fucking liberal. I'm by far not a liberal.
No, I promise you're a liberal.
Okay, on what legs do you have to stand on with that?
Yeah. Well, liberalism is a very broad ideology. It applies to conservatives in America. It applies to libertarians. It applies to many different individuals. There's something called the classical liberal. What's considered in America to be a liberal, I appreciate the boxing gloves, thank you so much, depends on the sense that you're using, right? Some notions of liberal, right, neoliberal, right, or just liberal in general, include Republicans, include you, because you are in support of some social safety net, some regulations within a capitalist economy. Whoa, you're at liberalism.
No, we're actually definitely not. And it was funny. I know you're a liberal. You had a whole creed. You just said a whole liberal pledge of allegiance like that quick. You had it memorized and everything. Definitely not
a liberal pledge of allegiance? When did I do that?
Dude, you just memorized some shit. Actually, what a liberal is, blah, 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 blah. Like, you just really just gave me
You
a
didn't
whole
listen to a
fucking
single word I just said.
That shit, you definitely did not freestyle.
Sweet, I appreciate
that,
the
bro.
subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You didn't freestyle that one, bro. How many times have you said that shit in the mirror, bro? Every fucking day.
I literally didn't. Like, I like how these are actually ad hominems. These are actually ad hominems.
I'm American.
And do you want to watch the video?
Certain dates echo.
You said
appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much.
Including dates that instantly remind all who have lived through them where they were and what they were doing when our democracy came under assault. Dates that occupy not only a place on our calendars, but a place in our collective memory.
Thank you for the hand art. Appreciate it, Robin.
December 7th, 1941. September 11th, 2001. And January 6th, 2021. On that day, I was not only Vice President-elect, I was also a United States Senator. And I was here at the Capitol that morning at a classified hearing.
She said it, so
with fellow members.
We don't need to watch the rest. You heard it, right?
And you didn't watch the rest. And even
literally,
the fact,
she already said it.
Even the fact alone that she compared it.
Do you want me to? Even okay, so now she compared. Oh.
Now you didn't want to watch the rest of the video.
Oh, well, do you want me to watch the rest? I'll literally play the rest.
Play the rest. I'll mute again.
It's going to be nothing. Is it going to play?
Senate Intelligence Committee. Hours later, the gates of the Capitol were breached. I had left, but my thoughts immediately turned not only to my colleagues, but to my staff, who had been forced to seek refuge in our office, converting filing cabinets into barricades.
That's it.
But that was not.
Yeah, so like you literally lied. You lied about what she said. Send a guest request back, bro. Send a guest request back. You just got to call everyone. In the meantime, everyone tap that screen. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. If you want to help get it out to more people, everyone share the live. Let's try to get to 1,000 shares, y'all. It'll help get it out to more people. You already know. He absolutely just lied there, by the way. That was wild. That was absolutely wild. I don't know what's going on recently, but damn, it's just like, yeah. So, you literally lied.
I didn't lie.
You clearly lied.
You didn't play. No, you lied. You said the video was 10 minutes and you only played 3 minutes.
No, that was a different video. I got a video. literally, it's from a different thing. The other, because that was the clip of it.
Why didn't you play
this was the whole video. This is from Business Insider. The other one was a news. It's a news thing from fucking USA Today. Okay.
Why didn't you watch the whole thing, bro?
Because I did watch the whole thing. I watched the whole clip from Twitter.
That wasn't 10 minutes, bro.
Dude, are you not listening? The 10 minutes was this one. The one from USA Today. That's a news. It's a news. It's not actually from the clip. It's a news thing. So I was given one that was specifically a clip. You're not listening. And he probably just got another call, bro. There's no way. He's trying to waste your time. I don't know. Maybe he is. He did get another call. Oh my gosh, bro. I can't do it. It's so wild, dude. Everyone tap that screen. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. If you disagree, send a guest request right now. If you want to get it out to more people, share the live. Let's try to get to 1,000 shares, everyone. I appreciate it, everyone. Appreciate it. Send a guest request back. If you didn't send a guest request back, we're going to go into the next person real quick. We'll give it maybe like 30 seconds, y'all. It's his lawyer? For real, for real. You shouldn't have said that you were at the Capitol in front of 3,000 people. All right. Yeah, no, I don't see him in the guest box. I do not see him in the guest box. All right. We are going to go on to the next person. I do not see him in the guest box. All right. Yeah. Let's go to the next person again. Only send a guest request if you do disagree. We're just looking for some debates, everyone. Just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? Are you driving?
I'm not, but I'm in a vehicle, yeah.
Can the person who's driving say hi?
He's kind of working, driving on the road.
Okay, well, I don't believe you then. How could you not be able to say hi real quick just by driving on the road? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Okay. All right, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. We're just looking for some debates. Again, only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. Yeah, why are people always driving? Like, yeah. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
Hey, what's up? I'm 35.
For sure. Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir.
Why so? Hello? Okay. Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Why so?
For the simple fact that he's a businessman and he can't be bought. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that that's unlikely because he's a billionaire and can be bought. But in the simple fact that you got to look at the kind of stuff that he did when he came in. A lot of people was saying he wasn't going to do what he did. And within 100 days, he actually did exactly what he said he was going to do.
No, he didn't.
He didn't?
Build a wall. Make Mexico pay for it.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
I'm not going to play golf. I'm never going to play golf. I'm going to be in the White House all the time.
So are you going to say that every president that comes in is not allowed to go out and play golf or go on vacations?
It's his words, not mine.
It doesn't matter. The simple fact is that we live in America, and it's supposed to be about America. You understand that? I don't.
No. You're saying that he did what he said he did, right?
He did.
And I'm telling you, he
he's
didn't.
One of the only presidents we've ever had that has actually did what he said he was going to do within 100 days. He may not have built the wall completely, but that's because the Democrats was fucking stonewalling him every fucking way.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily true, right?
It's not necessarily true, but yet you was here when he was president, and you could see every little time that something happened, Congress was putting him in impeachment proceedings and stuff.
He can't fly to Hawaii to play golf. I don't know where the president was. He wasn't very far away. Maybe he was playing golf. Obama, it was reported today, played 250 rounds of golf. Obama went golfing every day. Let Obama go play golf every day. Obama plays more golf than professional players.
You're literally showing me a clip of the same thing that every president does when they come in.
Look at his golf count.
What does it matter?
Golf.
You know what he told Hillary Clinton when he was coming to be president? He said he should be showing his taxes and stuff.
If you become president, and
are you gonna let me talk?
Why would you want to leave the White House? When you're in the White House, who the hell wants to play golf? Who wants to leave the White House? How the hell do you leave for 3 weeks to play golf? If I get elected president, I'm going to be in the White House a lot. I'm not leaving. I'm going to be working for you. I'm not going to have time to go play golf. And there won't be time.
Did he do what he said he was going to do?
Are you paid by Democrats to get on here and lie?
No, I'm not paid by anyone but people who send me donations from the chat.
No, I'm not paid by anyone.
Oh, send a guest request back. You gotta. Yo, Thomas, I'll accept you back, man. Send a guest request. You gotta call. There's a bit of an echo, but bro thinks I'm paid by the Democrats because I showed that Trump didn't do what he said he was gonna do. That's wild. Honestly, I really wish that they did pay me. If I literally got paid for saying the same shit I say now, fuck yeah. Give me that paycheck. Let's go. Where's my check? So real. Yo, where's my check? Where is my check? I'm serious. I'm concerned. Yo, thank you for the sunglasses. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Dude,
Thomas, where's my money?
Dude, my point is that you are on here every single day, and I've seen your lives multiple times with going hard on people that like Trump. Like, what does it matter what Trump is doing or what he ain't doing? He's the only one that's came in and done something, and y'all are like bashing the dude because he says some things that you don't like.
Yeah, because he lies about the election for multiple years after it's out, even though there are people. Even though there are people, hold up. Even though there are people that are appointed by him, judges, that didn't even accept the evidence that was put in front of them because it wasn't sufficient in overturning the election.
I mean, you got a brain, dude. You can use it. You know why they didn't accept it? Because they're paid off, dude.
So they're paid off even though they were appointed by Trump? So Trump appointed corrupt judges?
Telling me that nobody is corrupt?
Wait, Thomas. Are you telling me that Trump appointed corrupt judges?
I mean, how are you going to sit here and deny the fact that people can be corrupted?
No, yeah, especially the people that were appointed by Trump, right?
Just because Trump appointed them doesn't mean he's God and knows what they're going to do.
Well, no, you're just telling me that there are apparently a lot of Trump-appointed judges that were paid off. So I'm just asking you, why did Trump put so many corrupt people into office if he was supposed to drain the swamp?
I mean, he did drain the swamp. Did you not see all the people that was fired?
Yeah, what about all the corrupt judges that apparently stole the election from him?
Okay, Trump is not God. And I'm not going to sit here and defend the man and say that everything he says is right because he's not. But here's the question I want to ask you. If you're dying on your deathbed, do you want somebody who's going to lie to you and tell you that you're not dying? Or do you want somebody who's going to tell you right off to your face, like, look, dude, you're going to die in the next couple of months. Go out and live your life.
If I'm on my deathbed, it's not a couple months.
You get my point, though. What would you want? Would you want somebody who's going to sugarcoat it and make you think that you're going to be okay?
No. Clearly, I want someone who's being truthful. All right, but you know who's not being truthful? Trump.
How is Trump not being truthful?
I just showed you. All right, again, we're going to make Mexico pay for it.
He appointed people that didn't end up agreeing with what he was saying. But here's the thing. The vice president was technically allowed to discredit the election, like he said. He even went on Tucker Carlson's podcast and even admitted that they went in and changed that right after he had basically said that was true, that the vice president did have the ability to waive the election.
Yeah, but you want to know something wild? Mike Pence did the rational thing, right? And didn't do it. Appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Because he was bought out, dude. Are you not dude, there's like 90-something million people in the U.S. right now that support Trump. Do you think that many people would be supporting this dude if there was fucking evidence that he was that bad?
Yeah. Because it's come out and you still support him. It's literally like you are still supporting the people that come on my live every single day. They still support him after everything we've seen. It's not like there's one thing. It's not like there's just a few things. There's literally so much you can just fucking throw at the wall, right? It's actually unbelievable.
Dude, have you even watched 1,000 Mules?
2,000 Mules. You don't even know what it's called, bro.
I don't care what the name of it is. I'm just saying, have you watched it?
No, I haven't. I have not watched it.
Okay, you probably should watch it because it literally goes through claims.
I'm gonna watch it because apparently people really want me to watch it.
I mean, you say you want the truth about stuff, you want facts, so go watch it.
Yeah, no, I've literally had friends already that have watched it, have said that it's like literally complete bullshit. They've gone over some of the points with me, right?
Because I believe,
and I have good experience with them to indicate, right, that that's likely true if they've interpreted that, right? But maybe they got something wrong, right? I can go and look at it later, right? And I'll let you know what I think, bruv. Okay.
Yeah, please do, because guess what? There was election fraud. Whether you want to play the victim card and say,
yeah, there was less election fraud in this election than any other U.S. election in history.
That's funny because this election, this specific election, was one of the first times we've actually had multiple states put in mail-in ballots as a.
How did Trump vote?
What do you mean? How did he vote?
Yeah, just how did he vote?
I mean, I don't know. I don't look up the dude's personal shit. I'm pretty sure I watched a clip of him coming out voting for himself.
He mailed in the vote.
Well, that's funny because on election day, I remember seeing him come out of the booth.
He mailed in his vote, though, so that's tough.
Well, I mean, either way, you have to admit that what happened and what we seen going on at 3 a.m. with vans pulling randomly up to fucking voting places and people unloading stuff randomly at that time of the night was kind of odd.
What do you mean voting at that time of the night? They were just counting votes in because they were coming in through mail-in ballots.
But random vans was just pulling up, unloading boxes and boxes of mail-in
What do you
ballots?
mean random vans?
Okay, you do realize, I don't know if you watched it, but you did watch if you watched the election, Trump was up before all this happened.
Yeah, and this was expected because Trump told all of his little minions to go vote for him in person, right? Instead of voting for him like through mail-in ballot. So now
you're reducing the 90 million people to minions.
There wasn't 90 million. It was like what, 74 million?
I'm pretty sure he had about 80-something million people that voted.
I literally, I didn't mean it in like a negative connotation, but I literally just meant like they followed it, like what he said, right? They followed and did what he did. Appreciate the hearts. Thank you so much. I didn't mean to like the same notion that Gru tells the minions what to do and they do it. That's kind of what I was trying to invoke. Because clearly speaking, right, he told them to vote in person, right? They did go vote in person. Not most of them did not vote online. Not online, through mail-in, right? But Democrats, right, because of the pandemic, voted by mail-in, right? So that's why proportionally speaking, mail-in ballots went like significantly more to Biden than went to Trump. So clearly speaking, this was literally predicted by many analysts that it would have been the case that Trump would be looking like he's winning. But once the mail-in ballots were counted, that it would flip to Biden, right? That was what was predicted, and it did happen.
But it happened like at 3 or 4 in the morning, dude. Does that not
mail-in ballots get in at particular times?
Yes, but you've seen. I mean, I don't know if you believed it, but you've seen people stuffing mail-in ballots in places that didn't. They
Republicans?
They didn't know where they came from. Huh?
Republicans?
I don't know who it was. I'm just saying in general that nothing was. But here's the thing: Trump tried to make it known that something was up, that things needed to get looked into, and everywhere he went to, he was stonewalled.
Yeah, by his own Trump-appointed judges. So he either appointed corrupt judges, or we don't have good evidence to indicate the election was stolen. I think it's going to be the fact that you don't have good evidence that the election was stolen. Even though I think that Trump is pretty corrupt. Oh, well, he just got removed for community guidelines. We're going to go on to the next person. If you disagree, send a guest request right now. Tap that screen. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. If you want to help get it out to more people, share the live. Let's try to get to 1,000 shares, everyone. But let me go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. You back, man? Did you find any sources, bro?
No, I kept getting calls, man.
So you didn't even look up anything?
I did, but like, what I'm saying also, you're still missing the point. Whether I'm right or wrong, you can have that, but at the end of the day, you're still watching them make it seem they're comparing 9/11 and Pearl Harbor to January 6th. It
but
doesn't
you
match
ran
up.
Back on that claim so hard. What was your original claim?
Every person that saw that clip, whether you play that.
No, what was the original claim? Let me know right now.
Dude, they said that it was worse than 9/11. They did.
You said that. You said that it was. Oh, you said that they said that. And what did they actually say?
Full 10-minute.
No, what did they actually say? What did they legitimately say?
But what you play? What they said when you played it, or what did they actually?
Yeah.
Say?
What did they actually say when I played it? Yeah. Bro, what did they actually say?
I told you. All you got to do is just play the.
Oh, he's not gonna say it. He's not gonna say it.
Clip.
Because, oh my gosh, he's saying the same thing, dude. The 10-minute clip particularly was a news broadcast. It was a news broadcast. The other one came from a news platform, right? But it was particularly like that clip, okay? I literally could show you the one from Business Insider.
If it fits your narrative, no matter
it's not because it fits my narrative.
You still would have played it.
Dude, so again, I'm not going to play a 10-minute clip, bro. What are you talking about?
At the end of the day, like I said, I was there. So how can you tell me?
Dude, you weren't like close enough to see anything. I remember you were within a few blocks. You couldn't see anything.
No, I was there.
Oh, so you were in the Capitol.
Oh, you asked me, was I inside?
Yeah, were you inside the Capitol?
For there to be an inside, there has to be an outside also. So I was outside. I never.
So you were outside of the Capitol.
If I was not inside, I was outside.
Okay, so yeah, you were not inside the Capitol, so you weren't able to see.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? You weren't able to see.
If I was outside, I could see people going in, right or wrong.
Maybe you could see people going in, but you couldn't see much because there were so many people. We can literally see videos of this, breaking windows. Some people literally died. Like, this is not just some basic shit of people just like, just go into the Capitol to protest. No, this was literally like people had like guillotines out there. Like, they were talking about like I'm not joking, that this was literally reported on. They had guillotines there.
But that's what I'm saying, though. You're gonna tell me what you saw on TV versus what I saw with my own 2 or 3 eyes. Like,
2 or 3 eyes? You have 3 eyes, possibly?
Everybody does, bro. You're supposed to have 3 eyes.
Oh my gosh, bro! Yeah. Do you not use fluoride in your toothpaste?
Definitely not.
Oh, wait. Does your camera work?
Yeah, it does work.
Can you turn your camera and smile real quick?
Nah, I'm not gonna, dude. I know what you're trying to do, man. That's not like that has nothing to do with nothing. For all the people that talk about moving goalposts, that's moving goalposts.
Yeah, I mean that's not moving the goalposts because I didn't make any claim prior, but it is a little bit off topic. I might agree with that. Right, but the point is true, right? You think you have a third eye, right? You think that fluoride calcifies your third eye, so you don't use fluoride within your toothpaste, right? So I'm asking you, right? I just want to see if your teeth are doing chill. Because you don't use the fluoride, remember? Because again, that fluoride's effective at keeping your teeth strong and clean, so at the levels that we use it within toothpaste. That's why he got a call, everyone. He got a call. So give it a second. Maybe he'll send a guest request back. Another call. But yeah, tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. If you disagree, send a guest request right now. You already know, accept the first people who send requests. Chat, we might get another Standing Parker today. How do y'all feel about that one? Standing Parker? I don't know. It might be one of those days. The energy is starting to rile up,
Yo,
what's up? Okay, well, so what were you saying?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about me leaving, bro. If I leave, trust me, I got a call.
Okay,
I got an iPhone, so I can't answer the phone, and But like I was saying though, you're gonna tell me what you saw on TV versus what I saw with my own 2 eyes, and then we got the fluoride. So fluoride is good for you.
Depends on the context, right? At the particular rates that we have within toothpaste, yeah, absolutely, it's beneficial for your teeth. I appreciate the handout. Thank you so much.
And you say that because
absolutely, it's beneficial.
FDA approved.
Oh, this is because this is what dentists recommend. What people have studied this for decades, have PhDs, right? There's evidence that indicates that it's effective. Lots of stuff.
Okay. When I first got in your box, bro. Or in this box, no homo.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why did you say that?
How old are you?
I'm 21.
You're 21. Okay, I'm not one of those older people that are like, oh, you're young, you don't know shit. Because that's what people did to people in my generation. Like, I'm not one of those older people, but bro, you do have a lot to learn. If you go down like one rabbit hole, it connects to another rabbit hole that's going to connect to another rabbit hole that's going to connect to another rabbit hole. And
are you talking about your YouTube research?
Huh?
Are you talking about your YouTube research?
Of
conspiracy theories?
Not. It's not necessarily a YouTube thing. See, that's what people always go to. That's lazy as fuck. Just like, most people on the left or liberals, they always think that someone that supports Trump watches Fox News. Like, that is such a cop-out. Like, everybody doesn't watch Fox News. Like, Fox News exposed that there was election fraud, too. I watched
They went back on that claim, didn't they?
Yeah, so
Why did they go back on that claim? Oh, because there wasn't evidence.
Okay, so look, I watched the election on NBC, CNN, Fox News, and MSNBC all at the same time on 4 different TVs. And when they called California, and I was in the Midwest, so the voting stops at 8 o'clock. So at 10 o'clock was where I was in the Midwest. That's where they would have stopped the polling, which is 8 o'clock in fucking California.
They extended the polling to make sure that people.
No, see, there you go, bro. No poll.
I live in California.
Voting
because people were out in extraordinarily long lines and they couldn't get their votes in because of the long lines. Because of things happened prior, so they extended the time so that.
No, that's not true.
I literally live in Los Angeles. That's what happened. So
no, all voting stops at 8 o'clock, no matter what.
Okay.
It stops. You cannot cast a vote.
No, not when not in California this time, man.
You can't cast a vote after 8 o'clock. So. By 8, in California, there was still 3 million votes to count shortly after 8 o'clock. And
California is not going to change shit, right?
Okay.
Appreciate the hat and mustache thing. So do you think that Republicans won California? Is that really your claim?
Trump won every state besides maybe 4. I'd say he won. I'd even go.
You think he won California?
48. Yeah, Trump won for California, definitely. There was a red wave in California.
No fucking way, bro.
Yeah,
you not believe fucking Trump won California. You got to be fucking kidding me, dude. There's no way this is real, chat. You know what? He's so right. He's so right. My entire school system, they were all Trump supporters. I definitely went to high school when I was a Trump supporter. I wasn't the only kid, like one of the only kids there that was a Trump supporter. Right? That definitely wasn't the case, right? Because California is overwhelmingly red. Even though they voted like 63% for fucking, for Democrats, I think. Or over 60 something percent. It's wild. It's literally like every single time.
You don't think that at some point the American people, which you're 21, so like you might not understand it, but you don't get at some point that people might just get tired of bullshit, bro. Like the same bullshit over and over again. A whole bunch of people telling you that they're going to do something for you and don't do it. Like over and over and over again, no matter how old you are.
Yeah, and Trump's one of them.
In your 30s. Well, no, because like
I acknowledge that this can happen, man. Trust me, I acknowledge it, right? But I'm looking at both sides and I'm saying both sides fucking does that. Both of them.
But see, this is the thing. This is what you have to think about, right? Everybody always puts Trump as a Republican. People forget Trump supported the Democratic Party before he ran for president. But if his opponent is a Democrat, he couldn't run as a Democrat.
Yeah, and at that same time period, Joe Biden was against gay marriage. Like,
see,
what's your point?
But you don't see the games that you're being played, bro? It's all a game.
What's a game?
It's all a game. It's all a game. To lie to you. To pull the wool over your fucking face.
So both Trump and Biden are just puppets, is your view?
No, Trump's not a puppet.
So Trump's not a puppet, but Biden is a puppet.
Oh, definitely. This is
how do you know that Biden is a puppet?
Well, look how many presidents. Well, you're 21.
And Trump is not.
No, he's definitely not. Look,
so how do you know that Biden is a puppet and Trump is not?
Because all the puppets support him.
All the puppets?
That simple.
How do you identify what a puppet is and what's not?
A puppet is basically like, someone on the strings. They don't control anything they do or say. They do what their masters are told. They tell them to do. So all these people that are fucking puppets support one side. That's one thing that should click in someone's mind all the fucking time. Like
They're
literally.
masters, bro. Can you say the same thing about Republicans with Trump? No matter what the fuck Trump does, they're still going to support Trump.
Dude,
He said it himself. He could go on Fifth Avenue and literally fight someone, right?
Bro,
and they would still vote for him.
Bro, look, I voted for Obama twice, bro. So there's nothing that anyone can tell me like about this shit. I'm telling you, bro. And I didn't vote for Obama twice off policy. I voted for him for the reasons that everybody else did. We were programmed too, bro. They use these people to program us. The puppets.
Thank you for the hand. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
James
What, dude?
And Beyonce and fucking all these entertainers to fucking get us to sign our fucking lives away, bro.
Okay.
How do people not get it? And one thing in common, all these people love each other.
How do you know any of this, dude? Because I think that people interact with like Joe Biden, not Joe Biden, like LeBron James and like all those different celebrities because they have preferences towards different characteristics that they resemble, right? I don't think it's because they're industry plants. I don't think the NBA is fake. Of course, everyone's thought that. I was 13 at once and I thought maybe what the NBA is controlled and it's not actually real. Like a Mike Krezemba video, right? What if the NBA was actually not real? Like, dude.
Let me ask you a question, bro. Like for real. This is brother to brother. Okay, so you're 21, right?
Yeah, I'm 21.
Yeah, you're 21. Let's say Matt is 23. You guys aren't even as close as you guys are as friends and shit, right? You and Matt, you do what you do now, and you actually make money off of it. You probably make like $600,000 a year, tops. Even though, like you said,
is this just hypothetical?
Huh?
Is this just hypothetical?
No, it's just some logic to think about, bro.
You think I make $600K?
Huh?
You think I make $600K?
Bro, you could. I think honestly, bro, like for real, if you could make more than that, bro.
How? Let me know, please.
Yeah.
How?
You said how?
How? Please.
Like shit. I mean, look, you got a fucking mic in your face and some headphones on.
Yeah.
And you're in a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could make money. You could make $600K doing that. Even if you're doing that because you feel like you're not doing you can't do what you really want to do, you're still doing something.
How much is that a fucking month? Let's check the monthly on that. Is that 50,000 a month? Yeah, that is 50K a month.
Yeah.
You think I can make 50K a month, bro? Holy
bro,
fuck, dude.
You could, bro. You could.
That is wild, dude. Right now?
You got the power to do it.
Dude, that is wild, bro.
You don't believe in yourself?
Dude, I wish the DNC would pay me that much. I'm just trolling, by the way.
I wasn't talking about the DNC.
I know, I'm trolling. No, like how the hell could I do that? Like on right now?
Bro, just doing whatever the fuck you want to do. That's what I'm saying. All it takes is like, yo, I want to do something. And, you don't realize how much power you actually have until you use it. You
know what percent of people make $600K a year?
I don't care about that, bro. That's not my point.
Definitely less than 1%. It's probably like 0.5% of the population.
Right. And do you know why? That's really
because that's an extreme amount of money. And that's in the U.S. That's just the U.S. For like the world.
Because there's people controlling the wealth, bro. And that's
it's called we have capitalist markets.
Huh?
It's capitalism. It's not people.
That's not capitalism. That's communism. Capitalism.
What is communism?
Yeah. Communism is like a third world country, bro.
No, it's not. Communism is a stateless, classless, and moneyless society. You have no clue what communism is.
Okay, well, gotcha. I'm wrong again.
Yeah, you actually are.
I'm going to. Don't think you got a W off of me, but I'm going to take my W or my L and go. God bless you guys all. hopefully you guys find out that.
Wait.
I'm
So
not wrong
if you just said
one
that
day.
you got an L, what does that mean? Like, let's just use deduction here.
To you and your audience, you know, I was an L just because people don't know what I'm talking about to be true. I lost, so it's all good.
No, it's
God
not about
bless you
losing or
guys
winning.
all.
It's about actually like critically thinking. It's about applying evidence,
Well,
right? And
I
the issue
know.
I have here is that we're not doing that. We're really not.
You're
We're
right.
like we have confirmation bias when it relates to Trump here. That's like ultimately I think it is. That's what I think it is
Yeah,
when it relates to you.
you're right. You guys are. I hate it.
I'm not
and it's
trying to be right.
crazy,
I
man.
actually like respond with an opinion.
I hate it, man, because you guys are, man, you guys are just gonna get it in the worst way. You guys are gonna find out in the worst way, man. It's gonna suck.
How so?
All because you guys choose to not listen, not like you guys want to troll and fucking like just be
How am I
so
trolling?
in denial to people telling you the truth. So
How am
go
I
ahead,
trolling?
you know, just keep living that way, man.
How am I trolling?
You guys keep living that way. God bless you all, bro. God
Are
bless
you
you,
not
brother
going to tell me
Parker.
how I'm trolling?
Nah, you good, bro.
Well,
Peace and
bro,
love to you, Parker.
come on, man. That's wild. That is wild. Yo, thank you for the cap. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Julie. We're going to go on to the next person. If you like my content, follow me. If you've already tapped that screen, let's try to get to 1 million likes, everyone. Thank you for the confetti. I appreciate it, Caitlin. Thank you so much. Let's try to get to 1 million likes, everyone. If you support Trump, make sure to send a guest request right now. Yeehaw! Thank you for that mustache. I appreciate it. We're going to be standing just for a little bit because I'm a little energetic. Thank you. I appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. We're going to go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. We're just looking for some debates, everyone. Do you support Trump? Hello? The top G is back? That was some top G music. That's some top G music. Yo, Travis, I appreciate the train. Thank you so much. If you don't know, she's been on the live before. And apparently she wasn't even there. Wasn't even ready or something. So let me go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. We're just looking for some debates, everyone. Just looking for some debates, y'all. Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, I'm 58. What's up, Parker? Hey, man, I didn't even realize I wasn't trying to join, bro. I just been enjoying your conversation, man.
Oh, for sure, man. Well, so you don't disagree, I'm guessing?
Oh, no, dude, you're spot on, bro. That last cat
Appreciate it, man.
he was wild, dude.
Yeah, he
Hey,
definitely
man, I
was.
just want to
Definitely
tell you,
was.
I applaud you, man, for the way that you deal with these people. And
Appreciate it.
just how you're able to you turn their logic back on themselves. And they just like look like a deer in headlight, and then they get mad, rage quit, and all that other stuff. So just keep doing what you're doing, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for coming on, bro.
All right, later.
Peace out. W's in the chat for Teddy, everyone. W's in the chat for Teddy. We're gonna go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. Just looking for some debates, everyone. Tap that screen. Let's try to get to a million likes, everyone. If you want to help get it out to more people, share the live. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Thank you, Lon. I appreciate the hat and mustache. Thank you so much. Yeehaw! I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let me go to the next person. Again, only send a oh, wait, hold up. Oh, I clicked the wrong person. We'll just run with it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, I'm 30.
For sure. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Why so?
Because they're trying to arrest him.
Okay. Why do you support him? Because they're trying to arrest him.
Yeah, because, dude, we're having a movement. It's called Make America Great Again. It's called Put America First. And
when was America great?
Well, when the housing was affordable.
And that was?
Like 70s.
The 70s? So America was great in the 70s? Thank you. I appreciate the head mustache. Thank you so much. For who?
For everybody. For everybody.
Thank you so much. What about stagflation?
Well, you know, you're not going to find a time where every single person like is having it great. There's not going to be any one time in.
Well, the 70s were like historically bad economically speaking with stagflation.
Well, housing was affordable. I mean, cars were affordable. Your grandparents were able to buy a house and buy a car with cash. But that's not the point.
And they did that in the 90s.
Well, okay, so you were saying that the '90s was greater?
I don't know. I don't know if the 90s was great. I just said that that's when my grandparents bought stuff.
We can go with the
Bought
'90s. I
us.
think the '90s was definitely greater too.
I never said that the 90s was great. I just said that's when my grandparents bought like a house.
Yeah, when when things were affordable at one point in America, you know that, right?
Things are affordable in some places, and other places they're not affordable. So like housing costs, right, are mainly due to the fact that there's not an ability to like build up the supply of housing, and that's mainly due to like single family housing restrictions. It's also due to the fact that we're running out of land in big cities.
Yeah, probably
So,
inflation too, don't you think? Probably printing
well, and
money.
inflation also existed in the 70s, in which you were referencing as well.
Well, absolutely, but it wasn't as catastrophic as it is today. I mean,
Actually, it was worse.
for instance, I'm living in a house that
It was actually worse. Yeah, it wasn't. It was more catastrophic.
Dude, how are you coming up with that?
Inflation was worse than stagflation than it is now, and
Okay,
it also
well,
was matched with unemployment.
well, all right, people, like, your money was worth more, okay, in the 70s.
There was more
Yeah,
inflation.
dude, Parker, that was totally wrong, dude. I'm sorry.
There was more inflation at that time. No, literally, look at inflation rates. It was way more.
Your money was
during
worth more
stagflation, and there was also a rise in unemployment. Whereas with this, there's less inflation, and there's not really a rise in unemployment. So completely different time periods.
Okay, well, I guess we can agree to disagree, but that wasn't the point I was going to get. I wasn't really done with what I was trying to say.
Okay, go for it.
So
Thank you for the
why
paper, Grant. I
I
appreciate
support
it.
Trump is because, it's a patriotic movement, and whether or not you think we're right, our policy is that we want to put America first because a lot of people feel that we've been being put last for a long time, and now, it seems like it's just this political attack against Trump, and it seems like the government is just trying to set a precedent against the American people as to who we can vote for and who we can't vote for. And I'm not against that. I'm going to set a precedent to the government that I vote for who I want to. And there's no political attack or campaign smearing that's going to prevent me from voting for Trump.
Yeah, so you just think it's a smear campaign? You think everything's false?
I'm sure there's some true stuff, but I'm sure there's plenty of true stuff, but the pros don't outweigh the cons.
Appreciate that, Mustache. Thank you so much. Can you name to me something as bad with Biden as lying about the election for the past few years?
Dude, Biden is trying to go to sleep. He's not even coherent. He's like,
and that's not as bad as lying about the election and literally still saying it's stolen after he lost.
An opinion about the election. That's free speech. I mean, everybody's questioned the elections. Every single election.
Not for this long. Not for this long. Not for this long. Not even close. This is unprecedented.
Well, what do you mean this long?
Name to me any other time this happened in history. Name to me one other time.
Some people still believe in that Russian collusion is why.
Can you
Trump
name to me
was the president? In
No, they don't. No one is holding that.
Yeah, they do. People still do. When I do my
not
live
in terms of Democrats. Hold up.
Tell me that Russian collusion. They tell me that Trump is a Russian asset, and that
who?
What's the other woman's name? Dude, I hear all kinds of conspiracy theories coming out of the left.
Oh, wait. Who says that? Who says that with Trump, particularly in the collusion? We don't have evidence of the Trump collusion, right? But we do have evidence that there was interference from Russia.
Okay, so
that's different. That's different than Trump collusion. Okay. And that's, I think people are mistaking that.
Trump, in your opinion, definitely won the 2016 election.
Yeah. Like based on electoral college. I mean, he lost when it relates to popular vote, but he won when it relates to the electoral college.
Right, and obviously he's not a Russian spy, and he doesn't work with Putin, and he wasn't elected because Putin did some hacking or some shit like that. Correct?
Yeah. No, I think he would have been elected either way.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Okay, but as I was saying, that in my lifetime, I've never.
You see how easily I fucking said that, and how Trump literally years after still fucking like, oh, they stole the election. They took it from me. They don't want me to have it. They didn't want me to win. They want me down. I'm actually president.
All right. Well, look, there was, when they're talking about a lot of stuff when it comes to the election, You know, I think a lot of that stuff was to get subpoenas to actually look into those voting tabulators, which we never really got to, you know, which is why like some people still question that, you know, where
No. Again, you're kind of deflecting away from the point, right? Can you name to me, right, exactly one thing that is worse than Trump lying about the election for multiple years? Name to me one.
what about Joe Biden leaving all those weapons behind in Afghanistan for the terrorists to do god awful things to people that and citizens and people that were left behind there?
That were
Like,
not functioning and not usable?
well, how do you know they're not functioning and not
Because that's the reports on it.
Oh, so you got reports that say that all these weapons and all of these tanks and all this stuff left behind doesn't work?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not good enough. Obviously, that's false. Obviously, you can fix that stuff. Obviously, we have parts that can be reproduced, that can be sent to China, that China can buy that stuff and reproduce all that stuff. You know, there's a lot more than just, oh, this shit doesn't work anymore. And no, that's totally false. Like maybe a lot of the equipment was dismantled or
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Huh.
Whose plan did Biden fulfill?
Well, his own plan. You're telling me that he's an incompetent president and he has
Wait, no. It was Trump's plan.
Okay, but if that's what you're saying, then you're saying that Biden didn't have the power to change.
No, it was the one set up with Trump, and they extended it slightly, right? And it was set up by Trump, though.
I don't think it was Trump's plan to leave women and children behind and evacuate the military first.
You're right. He didn't have a plan.
Okay, so now you just said that it was Trump's plan. Now you're saying that he didn't have a plan?
I'm trolling. Right? He clearly speaking.
It's up to the president. It's up to the current
speaking. Hold up.
How to handle that problem. And what they did is they
hold up, Tiberius. Let me clarify, because I what I just said was kind of not really easy to understand if I don't clarify. Right? There was plans to do stuff set by Trump, like the date of when to do it, but there wasn't a plan for how to pull people out. Okay, so the plan was the time period set up.
Yeah, that's because Biden and his administration was too scared to talk to the Taliban.
No, they talked to the Taliban. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. Because they had to extend the date.
All right, but that was the to the extent to which that they talked to the Taliban. They just wanted to extend the date a couple days.
I don't remember how much more they did.
I mean, look, if you're the president, the previous administration had a bad idea that you know is a bad idea. Don't you want to change that plan to a good idea?
Sure, right. And I don't think that they thought it was necessarily a bad idea to get out of Afghanistan, right? We've been in Afghanistan for way too long. We should have never been in Afghanistan in the first place.
And now we're in Ukraine. So
yeah, Ukraine makes way more sense to be in than Afghanistan.
Oh, does it? Yes.
There are actually like reasons. There are actually reasons for us to send money to Ukraine. There was not good reasons to go to the Middle East. There really weren't. Okay.
Have you seen what's been going on to the people and the citizens and the allies that we left behind in Afghanistan? Have you seen any of the images that's been happening to those people?
No, I haven't seen the particular images that you're referencing.
Really bad.
So do you think that we should have stayed there?
No, I think we should have did better at the withdrawal. And if you're blaming the withdrawal on Trump, I'm saying that the Biden administration was the one in charge.
Oh, I'm not blaming. What I'm saying is that it likely would have happened the same either way. That would be my view. When it relates to the pullout, the pullouts are not necessarily determined by Trump or Biden. They're pulled out by the military operatives that are there, right? And the generals.
Yeah, well, it was a failure. It was a bad withdrawal. I mean, they're not going to be able to get away from that.
And that's not necessarily related to Biden, though.
Why? Because Biden doesn't make any actual decisions, and it's everybody around him.
No. Generally speaking, the decisions of how they would get out are going to be determined by like the people who are the military generals there and on the ground, right? But like the basic directed action is going to be from like the government, right? But the government isn't necessarily just Trump or Biden, right? It's going to be the administration. It's going to be it's going to be like the legislative branch, right? Those are going to be relative to like what's going on.
Right. I think that the administration didn't do a good job. Let me just ask you something. Do you think that the Biden administration is representing progressives and liberals
Liberals, yes. Progressives, not really.
What about like Democrats or just Democrat voters in general? Do you think the Biden administration is representing them?
I don't think that the Biden administration or the Trump administration is accurately representing the population.
Okay, well, half the country believes that Trump is representing them, and the other half of the country is
I meant
not.
like an age, demographic, right? Stuff like that.
Okay, but do you understand how, like right now, currently, if Trump was the president, more people in America would feel represented?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think that Joe Biden won the hate vote, and people voted against Trump, and they didn't really.
There was that many people that didn't like Trump. You just proved my point.
Yes, exactly. So they just
exactly. There's 80 million people that didn't like Trump. At least.
But the point is that the only thing that's being represented for them is their hatred for somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, do you think that that's good for the country?
I think it shows us something that it's like indicative of the fact that there was something wrong with Trump.
Here, look, I would be
like
happier.
You just said that they felt represented. They felt misrepresented by Trump.
Right, but okay, but my point is now, do you feel represented by the guy that's currently in office?
No.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, so.
Okay, but like, I mean, I don't think that takes away from. I don't think that takes away from what I'm saying.
Look, there would be more people that would feel represented if Trump was the president, just because the left hates him.
I don't feel represented with Trump or Biden. I feel more represented with Biden than I feel with Trump, though.
Okay, well, that's on you. All right, but I mean, look, he won the hate vote, and now they're trying to arrest Trump, and they don't want him to be able to represent our movement of America First. And it's just the government is trying to set a precedent against the American people that they can just smear and persecute somebody, and then we're not going to be able to vote for them or elect them. This isn't about politics really anymore. It's not even about it's politics, but it's beyond party, it's beyond policy. Okay, it's about setting a precedent against the establishment, whether or not they're going to be able to get away with doing something like this to somebody who's going to represent a movement from America.
Yeah, there wasn't like some out to get Trump particularly, right? It was the fact that he did lots of things, right? And if you can't acknowledge that he did many things that are wrong, and you just think it's people out to get him, then you're never going to be able to recognize reality.
Well, listen,
this isn't like if it was the case that thank you, Katie, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. If it was the case that it was just the other side hated them, well, then that would have happened throughout all of political history. Yet we didn't see this. This is unprecedented.
Yes, I mean, you're 21. You're a little younger than me. I've been watching politics since Bill Clinton. Okay. And actually, since I've noticed I was around with George Bush Sr. and the things that George Bush did with the NSA and did in the Middle East that were really bad. Okay, the things that Clinton did to sell us out with NAFTA was really bad. The things that George Bush Jr. did to the Middle East was really bad. I mean, the things that Obama did with the drone strikes
and Trump increased those drone strikes.
Yeah, but
Trump increased the likelihood of them. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Trump's drone strikes hit their target. That's the difference. Okay.
No. Trump just made it so that they didn't have statistics for the people that they killed that were civilians.
Well, that's just an excuse. But so you don't actually.
No. They literally got rid of the numbers. They literally pushed legislation out there to get rid of the numbers and the counting for that.
Okay. Well, it still doesn't take away from the fact that all these other previous administrations have blood all over their hands and they weren't held accountable. Not to mention,
I think to hold them accountable, I agree. Let's hold them accountable along with Trump. Let's hold them accountable along with Biden. Let's hold them accountable along with Obama. Let's hold them accountable along with George Bush. Let's hold them accountable along with Bill Clinton. Let's hold them accountable with all of them.
Absolutely. But as you can see, as we know that all these people should be held accountable, the establishment, this weaponized Justice Department has been directed at Trump because he seems to be the only one that's actually trying to do right for our country. He's the one that's actually trying to represent his constituents. And he didn't just get into the office and change all of his mind because some corrupt establishment tried to start telling him what to do. Okay.
He kind of did like the same things as like neocons would do.
Yeah,
like in
well,
office. He
why didn't
he didn't
go
really
after
change like he didn't have like really anti-establishment legislation. Could you point me towards like some anti-establishment legislation that Trump had?
like renegotiating that, like pulling us out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership?
Those were things supported by the Republican Party.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know if that's exactly true. Maybe some Republicans acted like they were against all that stuff. But why didn't they get it done when George Bush Jr. was the president?
Well, thank you for the hand, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Well, because that was a bit before. Like, there's different impacts over the years.
NAFTA, and I'm pretty sure NAFTA could have been renegotiated by George Bush and or Obama.
There wasn't as much push for it at the time. Right? There was push for it later on, though.
But the American people wanted that shit to be renegotiated. Everybody did, Democrats and Republican voters. And Bush and Obama failed to renegotiate that and pull us out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. And it's just like, look, we as American citizens, we should back each other's movements, you know. And when, like, if you were having a movement, you know, if the progressives had a progressive movement, you know, and the person that they were trying to elect was being, you know, under this political attack and a smear campaign, a never-ending witch hunt, you know, you wouldn't be too happy about that, and you probably wouldn't think that it was setting a good precedent, that the government can just smear and attack and attempt to arrest people. You know, you realize that if somebody investigates you long enough, they're gonna find something on you.
No, they're not.
Oh yeah, they are.
Okay,
Definitely.
Try it. Try to find anything on me.
Okay, like
anyone, go for it.
So I'm talking about, like, for you in the situation of a street cop is going to pull you over, right? And if, like, dude, you got to really think about this. If you move in a suspicious way, okay, he wants you out of the car. You know, if he says, okay, well,
yeah,
if he's
I'm never going to get 91 charges. they're never going to find anything on me because I haven't done shit, right? You want to know something wild? You want to know why they always find stuff with politicians? Because they've done fucking shit, right?
No,
they've done shit, okay? You want to know they don't find stuff with, they wouldn't find stuff with anyone else.
They don't investigate anybody else, Parker. They only investigate Trump because they're weaponized against Trump. Because they're weaponized against the American people.
That's not true.
That's why. Otherwise, they
investigated other people. They investigated Biden. They've investigated Clinton. They investigated Hillary Clinton for so long. Do you not remember all of the fucking trials in Congress of Hillary Clinton getting investigated? Do you not remember any of these things? Do you not remember the emails? Do you not remember any of that bullshit?
Yes, I
fucking
do.
come on,
and
bro.
I remember she wasn't held accountable for any of it.
You're sitting here.
And she wasn't held accountable for any of it.
Hold on, man. You're sitting here
and you're pleading. She wasn't held accountable for any of it, dude. And neither was Obama.
Because there wasn't sufficient evidence. Because there wasn't sufficient evidence to indicate it within that setting.
There was plenty evidence, you know.
I think there's plenty of evidence, right? But there wasn't sufficient evidence within that setting, the same way there's not sufficient evidence within the setting of or in context of Trump, even though I think there is reason to put him in those contexts, right? Like, I honestly, if I was running the jury, right, clearly speaking, I think most of these people we would say that are probably fucking guilty, okay? But I'm not the one fucking determining it, okay?
All right, and that shouldn't you? Why doesn't that open your mind up to say, well, why is this so easy? Why are they going at Trump so hard, but they haven't done this to anybody else in that degree that you know are guilty, just as guilty, or more so, or whatever it is? Like, how do you sit back and say, wow, the establishment never really went after corruption so hard, but all of a sudden now they're going after that Trump is so corrupt and they're going after him like crazy.
Because he's done a lot more. He's done a lot more than the average politician. I promise you. Right? And that is true. That is true.
It's all trumped up charges.
No, it's not. It really isn't. They're not. They're not just trumped up charges. They actually are legitimate charges against him. Okay, if you can't acknowledge that they are legitimate charges against him, then you are just as controlled and just as much of a sheep as you think the Democrats are. Okay,
Parker, let me explain something to you. If a cop says you're detained and starts putting handcuffs on you, and you turn your head and you look back at the cop and ask him why, he might just whip you down to the ground and say that you were resisting arrest.
Oh, they wouldn't know. That would actually.
He got tense. He turned around and looked at me. I felt I was in danger, and I whipped this kid on the ground, and I arrested him for resisting arrest.
They wouldn't do that to me.
That's how easy they can arrest you, dude. and prosecute you, and you're going to jail for resisting arrest just because you tensed up, turned your head, and looked at the cop and asked him why you're being detained.
No, they would not do that to me at all.
Dude, this happens all the time. This literally happens.
I agree it happens, but it's not going to happen to me. It's so unlikely to happen to me.
Well, you know what? I never say never, okay?
I didn't say never. I just said it's so unlikely.
Okay, well, it may be so unlikely, but it could happen.
Okay.
And this is what's happening.
You know what else could happen? A meteor could fall down from the sky
at a grand scale. And this is the guy
who also win the lottery.
Listen, all we're trying to have is put America first. We want to elect the guy that's representing our movement, and the government is fucking persecuting this guy. That's where you should be at and thinking about. I mean, when you look, oh, he had some documents. Oh, no, he made a phone call. Oh, no, some documents that he didn't return fast enough for them. You know, wait till you see all this stuff that comes out in court.
No, that he literally said that I would have declassified them if I could have.
Okay, it doesn't matter. He's not going to get convicted of any of this stuff.
Yeah, okay. Because rich people in America don't get held to the same standard as everyone else.
And that's going to be
factual.
It's not going to be that he was innocent. It's going to be that rich people are held to the same standard.
Yeah, no. I don't think it's because he's solely innocent. I think that there are a lot of people who are rich that get out of the charges that they have only because they have the access to the resources that they do. I think that if he didn't have access to the resources that he did, he probably would be in jail.
All right.
But the same thing is probably true for other politicians as well. I'm not just saying it's specific to Trump.
All right. Well, do you understand why I support Trump? Could you repeat back to me why I support Trump?
You think that the establishment isn't doing enough for America. You need someone that stands up to the establishment, that goes against it, right? And you think that that individual is Trump.
Yes, thank you.
I do listen.
At least you understood what I said.
Yeah, clearly. Like I'm clearly I listen to every single individual. People might try to think that like I don't listen or I don't try to engage with their points, but trust me, I'm engaging with every single point. I'm listening. Right? I don't agree.
All right, yeah. So we can agree to disagree. Well, thank you, Parker. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
All right, appreciate you coming on, man.
All right, you got to kick me out because my hands are.
I got you, bro. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 1 million likes. If you disagree, send a guest request right now. Please only send a guest request if you disagree. Share the live, everyone. Let's try to get to 1,000 shares to help get it out to more people. I appreciate everyone who's doing so. I only have like 2 hours left on the live, everyone. Tomorrow I will be on for a long time. I'll probably be doing a different topic, but here, literally the next day after that, I'll be doing this topic again, because I have only done 5 hours here today. I normally do 6 hours every single day, everyone. Literally every day. I don't take any breaks. Like literally holidays, I don't take breaks. Weekends, I don't take breaks. I just love doing this so much, everyone. This is like, honestly, like, I don't know. This is like my passion. So I love that y'all can be along with the trip. But let me go on to the next person. Again, if you disagree, send a guest request right now. Again, only send a guest request if you do disagree, y'all. Only send a guest request if you do disagree, y'all. Yo, thank you for the hand tower. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Is this your full-time job? Technically, well, I mean, I still go to school. Oh, whoa. Thomas got removed for community guidelines immediately when he joined. Stop skipping me. I'm not skipping anyone. I'm clicking random people in my guest box. Parker, are you conservative? No, I'm a progressive Democrat. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? But these lives also keep me entertained. I'm glad they do. I'm glad they do. Educational, entertaining. That's the whole point of the lives, everyone. I mean, that's what got me into this type of stuff. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Thank you, Nina. I appreciate that mustache. Thank you so much. All right, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. We're just looking for some debates. Thank you for the hat and mustache. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for the cap as well. I appreciate it. Progressive policies for the wins. Absolutely W. Good thing Parker's not a socialist. I used to be a socialist. I was like a market socialist. Now I'm like a social democrat. Or progressive. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? You're my favorite debater. Glad to be. I appreciate it. W's. Let me go to the next person. Again, only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. Yo, what's up?
Yo, what up? 32, bro. What's going on?
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Why so?
Well, main reason. Business and entrepreneurial success. And I do not think that he did lie when he said that the system is rigged. And
Hey,
when
by the way,
when
are
I
you
say
driving?
the system, I don't. No, I'm at Panera.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, no, I'm at Panera. That's if you hear a radio or like air conditioning, I think I'm sitting right under one of their vents. But I'm at Panera. I'm eating a pizza. Yeah, it's delicious. But yeah, I do, and the reason why, I'll tell you, like I said, when he was on stage publicly and said the system is rigged, I don't think, and the reason, the context in which he said the system is rigged, he was speaking financially about his taxes, right? He was talking about the financial system is rigged. Now, politically, the reason why I support him is not for political reasons, because I am a real estate agent and I operate out of Minnesota, but it's also because I have an LLC, I have a company of my own that I run. Sorry, I don't know, must be somebody's birthday here in Panera. I apologize for that. So, anyways, that's why I agree. Do you have any rebuttal?
Yeah, so you're saying that because you would have some sort of financial interest to do so, thank you for the hand draw, I appreciate it, that's going to be like the biggest influence for why you support him.
Actually, I have no interest. I'm not a lobbyist. I don't support anybody. I don't know Donald Trump personally, and I've never been in contact with any of his businesses, hotels, etc. Literally zero ties to him in any way, shape, or form financially.
I wasn't saying that. I meant like
Oh, okay.
like through taxes and stuff like that.
Well, through what he's claiming, and because of, based on my research in my industry and my profession, I can validate some of his claims. And what's important about that, I think, is economic structure. Okay, so this is where I know economics can tie into political opinions and decisions. However, I'm not making a decision based on politics on its face, on like a face value of Democrat. Like, am I a Democrat or am I far red? Is that why I'm?
It's like total economics.
Yeah, it's just based
we
off.
can have an econ conversation then. So when it relates to econ, right? You think that a good effective policy is to increase the federal deficit by decreasing taxes on the top 1%, 83% of the tax cuts going to the top 1%?
Sorry, somebody dumped some ice in there. Give me just a second. Please repeat that one time.
Do you think it's good economic policy to increase the federal deficit from around 300 billion to like a 380 billion or something like that to about $1 trillion by engaging in a tax cut that sent 83% of the tax cuts to the top 1%?
Okay, and so let me ask you, okay, so do I think that that's valuable, or do I think that is that's a reason to support Trump? Is that the question?
Yeah, do you think that's good economic policy?
Yeah, based on that policy.
Economic policy, yeah.
As far as economic policy, and this is going to really, of course, this is going to sound like terrible on my end, but I'm just going to be honest. And yes, the only reason why is because the top 1% is technically considered. Let's take this as like an Olympics race. Let's envision this as an Olympics race. Your top 1 performers in the race of Olympics. Let's say it's a 400 marathon. Or it's a 400 meter, and they got to pass it off or whatever. The reason why is because the top 1% performers who are getting those breaks, there's a reason why they're performing in the 1%. It's because of their financial literacy. So it is unfortunate, and it is disparaging, and it is quite a shitty system that we come up. And I came up in the public education system. I have a single mom family, and so I know the struggle of everyday Americans, and I'm not wealthy by any means. But what I have done is I took it upon myself to say, how do I not be that disparaged, that majority, really, there's the majority of the American population because of inflation now, and today's current economic condition, those who are economically disparaged is a higher margin than what it used to be. And what I attribute that to, or what I believe that would be a factor of, is is a lack of financial education. Now, it's an option. It's always an option. So I did choose to take accounting in high school, and I was fortunate enough that my high school offered it, and they offered a tax class as well. But now there are other schools that will not offer that in high school. And now to what percentage and what margin and to what cities that is, I don't have those statistics, and I'm not going to cite that for you now. Well, I was fortunate enough to be able to choose that for myself. And when I did do that, I turned the tables and said, okay, I'm a poor person. I'm a poor kid in high school. My mother's poor. She's a single mom. I have 7 siblings. And I'm choosing to take this elective for maybe fate reasons. I don't know, but what is produced for me now.
Do you remember what my question was?
Actually, I did get off on a tangent. Thanks for bringing me back in. I have ADHD, by the way.
Yeah. So, do you think that that's effective economic policy?
Oh, I did answer that. I said yes.
You do think it's effective economic policy? So
yeah. Sorry, now it's shooting pizza.
Well, yeah. What do you think is effective about that economic policy? Because you think
it serves the 1% of
1%. Hold up.
Yep, it serves the top 1% of performers. And why I call them performers? Because the only reason why they're financially well off is because they're a performer. When they're performing in a financial market, which is an economic platform.
Yeah, I understand those things, right? My question is very specific, right? So like when I'm talking about financial literacy, the top 1%, you're saying any money we give to the top 1%, it's going to be better for the economy overall than giving money to anywhere else in the economy.
Actually, no. Now we're on a variant. No, I understand okay, no, I don't agree with that statement, no. But your prior statement, yes.
What was that?
What you just said now, no. Because you changed what your position there.
How so?
So tax cuts to the 1%, sure, fine. Why not? Because they're already using tax cuts. That's what the system is all about. How do we avoid taxes? How do we find loopholes? How do we study tax law? Or how do we get an accountant or a tax attorney who's going to help my business to avoid taxes and to maximize my profit margins? That's what the whole game is for the 1%. And now I'm not a part of the 1%, but I understand that that's their agenda, right? So now the 1% being like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Oprah Winfrey, big name people, big wigs, big Bill Gates. That's our top 1% here in America, at least, right?
What did I say that was wrong?
I didn't say you were wrong. I said I don't agree with your second variation of the question.
Yeah, no. So what do you not agree with? Thank you for the paper crane. Appreciate it.
Well, my good sir, I am in a state of distraction because I'm eating pizza and I'm taking notes on a different transaction right now. So you would have to reference, if you could, your original statement and your secondary statement. The original statement that I'm prefacing, that I'm agreeing with, is giving tax breaks to the 1%. That's what I'm defending. If we need a frame of reference.
Yeah, and you're doing that because you're saying that because of their financial literacy, spending money and giving money to the top 1% is going to be more effective than giving it to anywhere else in the economy.
Right, because let's say we give.
So
and I'll give. Do you want me to give supporting evidence of why I think that is?
Thank you for the little crown. I appreciate it. Yeah, sure. I mean, I acknowledge that you think that, right? But I would just ask the extents. Like, do you think that, right, we should just decrease taxes on the top 1% indefinitely so that they're at zero because it's going to be more effective for the economy overall?
They already are at zero. What do you mean?
They're not at zero.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
And if that's where we're gonna find our boundaries of disagreement, we can go into that.
Clearly speaking, people pay taxes.
Okay, who's the people that pay taxes? Go ahead and define that for me.
Yeah, people that make over like $12,000 a year are going to be paying taxes, right?
Sure. Why?
And because
are they W-2 employees? Are they 1099 employees? Are they business owners? Do they have an S corporation? Are they on a different echelon? Do they have a trust? What's going on?
All of those people are paying taxes.
Tell me their economic status.
Again, I'm just talking about people overall. Why?
Right.
I'm not
people
talking
overall.
about like specific.
Like the general majority of Americans. Is that what you're speaking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about the majority of Americans, yes.
Okay, well, fair enough. I can agree with you. The general majority does pay taxes.
Clearly.
Yeah, obvious. I used to. I was part of that general majority, and I'm not saying I'm wealthy by any means.
What
just
percent? What people pay 0%?
what amount of people pay 0%? I don't have those values.
No, I said what people. Like you were. I think you were referencing rich people paying 0%.
There are some people in the top 1% who don't pay any tax because they understand tax code, or they have a lawyer at their ready who understands tax code that can advise them on how to structure their revenue and their profits to not have to pay taxes.
They pay less taxes, right? But zero taxes would be, say, something for like a business or something like that, like Amazon or something like that. But they do pay a small percentage in taxes, but they do pay personal taxes.
Right. That's for public record to be analyzed by the public to say, okay, so we're all in the same ballgame. So it makes it feel comfortable for everybody who's in the middle working class who does pay tax to say, oh, I understand Jeff Bezos, who the owner of Amazon, does pay a marginal amount of taxes. It's not as much as me, which I would like it to be. But okay, I can see it's fair game.
That's not fair game at all. No, it's not fair game. I agree it's not fair game. Right, but the point I'm making is that they do pay some level. Okay, it's not 0%.
Right, that's what's published on paper, and I think I would agree that that's what's published on paper. However, we have to find out who the editors are of that paper and if it's factual, because I don't think that's factual. I think that's fake news. I don't think they pay any taxes.
You think that they paid none?
Well, yes. The specific
that's
people
clearly not
who
true.
are.
We did see that people paid taxes. That's like. This is not.
Right.
This is not just
and that's
fucking
what I'm
false
saying.
information.
Right, and so here's where we're going to get into that realm of what do you want to believe, because there is published, and there is public news, and there is verifiable evidence that they pay a small percentage of tax compared to their annual gross profits. Right.
That's now moving the goalpost. Okay, so small percentage in tax, and the original claim was 0. Okay. Clearly speaking, you were wrong. I said
I still believe they don't pay any. I said, but there is. This is where I'm not moving the goalposts. Let's get real specific, because I said, yes, there is a narrative that is published that says that they pay a small percent of tax based on their gross profits. That's what I said. Now, whether it's published or not doesn't make sure it's factual. And that's why I said we need to check the editors who publish it, because the editors are the ones who deem it publishable, right?
Yeah, so give me
now we got to go to the editors
that it's false. Give me a reason to believe that it's false.
Well, the editors, in fact, can be bought just like it was in 2008.
Can be doesn't mean
2006 to 2008.
Can be doesn't mean there were. You can be bought, and you could be lying right now. Doesn't mean you are.
Of course I could, but if I was bought, I wouldn't be talking to you, Parker. I promise you that I would not. I'm a low.
Who knows?
Well, if you want to check my bank statements and profit margins, you go for it, buddy. But anybody who looks me up or my business, Palmer
I'm
Real
just saying what's logically
will
possible.
find out that I am not the top 1%. I promise you.
I'm just saying what's logically possible.
All right, but I'm on the public record, just so you know. You can look me up in the Secretary of State of Minnesota and see Palmer Realty and find out what my profit margins are. I'm not a mysterious individual. I'm a regular person.
Okay, what's your point?
Dodge ram it. What do you mean, what's my point? I'm saying is...
I was just saying it's possible, right?
I'm speaking to you from the same platform.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And most likely from the same similar position as you and most people viewing the live. I am not the 1%. Not the 1%. Not the 1%. Not the 1%. That was the main point of our argument. I'm saying I don't think that's a bad idea, because that top 1% does control the economic structure of our government, of the USA, right? The USA economics portfolio is managed, governed, and enforced by the 1%ers. And that's the way it is for every country. And then the presidents, dictators, leaders, communists, whatever party you want to say it is, they're all following a structure of economics. They're following an economic structure, and the reason being is because that's the easiest way to create competition and to create a competitive market, and to where you can have your citizens, your inhabitants of your country to say they want to compete, to aspire to something. The only way you can do that is to set a goal to set a standard or a precedent and to say, hey, here's the precedent, here's the operating standard, challenge it, meet it, or overcome it, and free game. Here you go. Now let we start the Olympics on a global scale, right? That's the way I view it.
I'm confused how this is relevant.
Well, if you can tell me where your confusion is, we can isolate it, and I can expand on that.
No, I don't know how any of that was relevant at all.
We're talking about economics. We're talking about the 1%. I said I support Trump, and you said why? Do you think that him giving tax breaks to the 1% is a good thing? And I said yes. And so I expanded on that because you asked me to. So where are we getting lost? What's going on?
I didn't get the connection there.
I need more context. Huh?
I didn't get the connection there at all. Right.
So what I just said?
You're saying that the best way to stimulate the economy is by affecting the top 1%. So again, it should be the case that we remove all taxes on the top 1%, right? As that's going to be the most effective for the economy. Is that your position?
No. See, and that's where you just adding.
So.
See, that's where you just add in. See, so I said a lot of shit, right? I used a lot of words and I said a lot of things, but then you defactored that to something that would fit what you just wanted to say, and I disagree. That wasn't my position.
It was what my original question was, and then you responded with.
What was your original question?
Your
original question was this. Your original question was why do I support Donald Trump? I said because he's smart about taxes and money. You said why did
original question in the scenario was asking? No, my original question in the scenario, right, was about what I just said. Right, I literally just asked you it, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
You said Donald Trump giving tax breaks to the 1% is a good thing. That was your original question, wasn't it?
No,
was it not?
No, I'm
that
talking.
Wasn't.
No, oh my gosh, no, dude. Oh my god, dude. I was talking about this original point right now.
I'll take deep breaths. I'll take 10 deep breaths. Let's calm down.
I'm completely calm right now.
No, I'm gonna do that for myself, so I don't interrupt you anymore.
Okay.
I'm not deflecting on you. I'm saying I should do that for myself. I think that's healthy if I take 10 deep breaths so I can reevaluate where we're at. Okay. Okay, Parker. I'm sorry I got on a tangent, and if I was one who derailed the combo, let's bring it back in. Let's get down to what the initiation. Let's get back down to where do we start?
Yeah,
where do we go wrong?
You were arguing that giving more money to the top 1% makes the economy better off. So I said then we should reduce their tax burden to zero because that gives them more money, and that's going to be more effective for the economy then.
Do you remember my initial rebuttal? No, do you remember my initial rebuttal to that? My initial response?
Not one that was relevant to it, no.
So my initial response was that they pay zero. And I thank you for remembering the original question that you had, because that is what you asked. And I said no. I said they already paid zero.
I thought you were talking about the second time.
So look,
you did say
now
that it was zero, and then
me and you have established. Now me and you have established the fact that you have a good memory and I have a good memory. So now we can be friends. And I'm not doing this merely as a point to exercise superiority over you. I think you're a very intelligent 21-year-old. I wish I had your intelligence as a 21. I really do. I did not. And maybe you might still have a one-up on me in that area, but that's not what we're debating. I'm just glad that we can get back to base roots, original roots of the conversation, okay? So I did rebuttal and say they already pay zero. And this is where our tangent began. They already pay zero, Parker. The top 1% doesn't pay taxes. Well, where do we have an impasse? Where do we have an impasse?
You said they pay some.
No, I said they show on paper that they pay some, and I was very explicit about that.
And you think that's fake? You think it's fake, the stuff on paper?
The show on paper is for the public good. That's for the morale. That's for the public morale to say, real. I still have a chance.
So it's not real?
Of course, it's not real.
Okay.
It's an image.
So how do you know it's false?
It's an image for the public good. How do I know it's false? I know it's false because they wouldn't be talked about. Okay, so now how do I know it's false? I'll provide the fact that this is my notion, this is my opinion, and this is my speculation and observation. an analysis, okay? That's what it is. I'll give you all those words to say that that's what I'm providing you now. I'm analyzing that it's false, what they're supposedly paying on taxes, because why would they? If they're already that high up in the 1% and the tax code already says that income tax is voluntary, and what is income? Let's define income based on the tax code, right? And I'll give you straight from the source. IRS tax code says income is defined based on what you gain, like capital gains tax off of real estate investments or properties or sales, or stock and bonds exchanges. That's what income is. So if you're a W-2 employee and you clock in 9 to 5 at wherever the fuck you clock in, it's not deemed mandatory that you pay taxes. Now, when we're talking about the 1% who do deal in real estate and stocks and bonds, right? How are they going to avoid that mandatory income threshold that they have to pay tax on? Well, now we have to understand tax code and we have to dive a little deeper, right? Are you following me?
Did you just say that people who work jobs don't have to pay taxes?
Facts. Go ahead and look it up in the IRS
what
code.
income level?
Doesn't matter your income level. If your income is defined, check this out. Well, no, let me tell you this. Income is defined as such. And I have this on my channel, and I have this in documents I can provide, and you can look it up in Black's Law 9th edition, legal dictionary from your legal law library library in your local county. You can look it up. What is the definition of income legally? It is the profits you make off of real estate transactions and or stocks and bonds. And it doesn't say is when you clock into McDonald's at 9 to 5. That is not income, my guy. Now, while
it's probably
McDonald's, when you apply, McDonald's, when you apply, they're going to ask you to file a W-4 to say who you are as a taxpayer.
That's capital gains.
Yeah, those are capital gains, and that's what's legally taxable. That's what's legally taxable under the IRS code. W-2 employees
are legally taxable. Yes, you're legally taxed when you work at McDonald's too.
If you file a W-4, you're deemed you're submitting your omission to say I will pay taxes, but you don't have to file it because it's not mandatory.
You do.
No, it's not.
If you make enough, you have to pay.
Code.
Yes,
Parker.
You literally have to pay if you make enough.
Parker.
Yes.
Look it up in the IRS code. The definition of income tax and the definition of I have to pay or file taxes on my income. Income is defined legally as what you make capital gains off of stocks and bonds or real estate, period. That's all it is. It's not what you make from McDonald's.
That's capital gains.
I just said that.
Yes, that's not personal income when it relates to or individual
I know
income.
personal income is not taxable.
Individual income is taxable. You're literally wrong.
Hold on a second. I took a bite of my pizza. I'm so sorry. Hold on. I got my computer here. I'm going to type something in. So, if somebody makes money from, let's say they're a McDonald's employee, a Walmart employee, they file a W-4, they supposedly have to file a W-2 come February, April next year to file their taxes. What are they filing taxes on?
They're going to file taxes on their individual income.
Individual income. Now, what is individual income?
It's going to be the money that they receive from their employer, right? So they'll pay employee tax. Like there's I think it's FICA, Social Security. They pay like a few different types of taxes, Medicare, right? Along with payroll, like they pay partial payroll.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and then like there's like the rest of the personal income.
Okay. So I just want to get back to brass tacks. We're trying to define income, right, and why it's taxable, and what version of income is taxable. What's mandatory pursuant to the IRS code, right?
Wait, sorry, say that again.
What version of income is mandatory to file a tax return on pursuant to the IRS code?
What tax code?
What version of income is mandatory to file pursuant to the IRS code?
I don't know. Like, are you talking about W4, W2? What are you asking about that type of stuff?
There's 1099, there's SS4s, there's all kinds of different things.
I don't
So
know.
what version of income is mandatory to file taxes on pursuant to the IRS code? Mandatory pursuant to the IRS code.
I really don't know what you're trying to ask there, to be honest.
What I'm asking is what version of income is pursuant?
I don't know.
Or is mandatory?
I don't know.
The version of income that's mandatory to file taxes on, the version of income is income that is defined by that of such of capital gains on real estate transactions and stocks and bonds. That's mandatory. What is voluntary
other
is
types
everything
are mandatory.
else.
No, they're mandatory.
No. Income taxes are voluntary for other sorts of income.
Yes, yeah, you have to pay. You don't just pay capital gains.
Well, you don't just file mandatory based on a W-2. You file mandatory. Mandatory is capital gains.
So you're just using a
Mandatory
different
is
sense of
capital gains.
mandatory then, right? Because if you don't file your taxes, you're gonna have like the IRS come after you. That's gonna happen, right? They can audit you and they can come
Well,
after you.
they can, now let's say yes, that's their threat is the audit, right? Now that's them negotiating, saying, hey, you know, John Doe, you made $100K at McDonald's last year. We don't know how you did it, why you did it. You didn't pay any taxes on it. What's going on? That's what's going to happen. So they're not going to investigate. They're not going to investigate people. They're not going to investigate people like. Well, now hold on. I don't want to speak unfactually because now we're getting into the area where you're challenging me in a good way. So I gotta calm down. Let me take a break. Not like a break, like I'm not gonna talk to you, but let me just take some breaths again, so that way I'm not speaking from an emotional state. I want to keep it factual. So if you can bear with me, and I appreciate your audience, Parker. I've been trying to get on your stream for a long time, but you're very popular and you're very good at monogamy. So it's full respect, brother. Like I'm not coming at you as a person that's saying, like I said originally in my preface, I'm not coming at you as somebody superior. I want to just make sure that this is beneficial for the both of us and everybody who's viewing.
For sure. We can finish up this part and then I will go on to the next person and whatnot.
You know what? I'm a reasonable fellow. How about we say this? Next time you're live, I'll just request and be patient. You want to talk to me again, we'll talk again. Because this will go deep and it will
tomorrow
go long.
I'll be doing a different topic. I think the next day after that, I'll be doing this topic again.
That's totally
I'll make
fine.
Sure to look for you.
You know what? That's totally fine. I just want to be reasonable and say, you know what I'm about to get into will take a lot longer. And I appreciate your audience. I appreciate everybody viewing. Thank you for your time. And go ahead and move on to your next guest, man. I respect what you do.
Appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to the next person. Everyone, if you disagree, send a guest request right now. Tap that screen. Let's try to get to 1 million likes, everyone. Yo, what's up?
I'm serious. For the price of a latte a day, you could get LASIK.
Again?
Parker!
Yeah, what's up? Are you driving?
Oh, shit. Parker!
Are you driving?
I'm not driving. Guess what I just did?
What'd you do?
Oh my god, I colored my hair red and purple and blonde because, you know, female top G crazy.
So you're liberal now?
No. What the fuck is liberal? Parker,
sounds pretty liberal to me.
Parker, can I say something?
What's up?
No one cares about half the stuff you fucking talk about. It's all stupid stuff. No one actually cares about this stuff.
Then why'd you wait for so long in the guest box?
I didn't. I was like waiting for 5 minutes and you added me and I'm like,
no, it's been more than 5 minutes. You were waiting earlier. I saw you in the chat for a bit.
The whole time. It doesn't count.
Ooh, that's a bit of a yikes.
Parker, did you ever eat your girlfriend's butt before?
I don't have a girlfriend.
Do you want to eat my butt?
Okay, don't say that on the live. You're gonna get banned. That's weird too. That's also really weird.
All right, let's talk about something.
Honestly, like that is actually a really weird comment. Like I'm not gonna call it out much, but
why you're not 18. You're fucking 21. You're a grown man. You should be taking care of me and paying my bills. The fuck.
I mean, but that doesn't mean I consented to it.
Okay, so did you not? I asked you a question. You can just say no. You're the one here talking about men who have.
I mean, it's still a weird comment.
You talk about men sleeping with other men being okay. You're like everything that God hates. You're like God's enemy in a 21-year-old version. Body.
I can't be an enemy of something that doesn't exist.
Okay, how can Allah not exist when you have a stomach and your stomach acid?
We've already gone over the contradictions.
Yeah, it's like why are you like so like every organ in your body has its functionality. How could you possibly think that it happened on its own? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, God functions, right?
Of course Allah functions.
Does that mean that he had to be designed? Are you gonna drive, by the way?
No, I'm out of the car. Why does Allah? Why do you need answers to everything that Allah does? Anything Allah does? Why do you need answers?
Thank you so much. Why do I need answers? Well,
yeah. Why do you always need answers? You're like a little fish that can't get fed. Like, what the fuck?
Because it's about like what's expected given that they're acting a particular way. Right.
Okay, but
so I have to have
do
answers as to why you think that God acted a particular way or not, right? As
what does
relevant
that have
to what we would
Allah
expect from this God.
But how is that relevant to Allah creating you? He still gave you. Explain that to me. Why are your organs all functioning in different functionalities, but they're all benefiting you?
Thank you for the head mustache. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Because evolution, right, has a sort of process to select things in which
that is so weird. Evolution
and necessarily work,
okay.
Right? Clearly
so
speaking, I think that's
animals?
a process. Hold up. Clearly thinking, I think it's a process in which we observe, right, which is factual, right? It does happen.
Okay.
Whether or not you think that the process, right, happens over extended periods of time or not is like undisputed, right? In terms of
for your fans that think I deleted my account, I didn't. I got banned because I said I stuck out my tongue on live, so I got banned. So you guys can follow me. Yeah. But yeah, how could you possibly believe anything you say? Because animals, they freaking have different body types. Some animals don't have a face. They don't have like anything, and they're completely transparent, and they still function properly. How could you sit here and say there's no God?
Well, because there's a contradiction with your belief.
How?
One, we could just say it contradicts our commitments, right? Like we're committed to historical fact. Historical fact indicates that Jesus was crucified on the cross. The Quran denies that Jesus was crucified on the cross.
Where's the historical?
We're going to deny
where's the evidence? Where's the evidence that Isa got crucified?
Yeah, so we can look at Tacitus. We can look at Josephus. Right?
What if that's a lie? Well, what if that's a lie?
Well, you can say that about any type
but the
of information.
Quran, Islam doesn't say that no one got crucified. Islam says that the person that got crucified, their face became like Jesus. So you need
and it also made it appear like it was Jesus. So the evidence from the witnesses and whatnot that we would have, historically speaking, would be indicating that it was Jesus. Okay, so your own view disputes.
But that's the whole point. Allah
your
said
idea based
Allah
upon the idea of historical evidence, because
no,
historical
the whole
fact
point is, that
is based
Allah,
upon. Hold up. Historical fact is based upon what's most likely to be the case. So if you agree that they made it appear to be the case that it was Jesus, well, then that's going to be most likely that was the case. So we're just going to dispute the Quran based upon that notion. Thank you for the hint. I
doesn't make
appreciate
any
it.
sense.
This is off topic.
If Allah told you that it's Jesus, it's not Jesus, then it's not Jesus. Like, it's not that hard.
Okay, well, you can have faith in whatever you want, but I can also have faith that I'm going to, be Ben 10 and have an Omnitrix after I die. Right?
I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Do you believe in ethics?
Yeah, I believe ethics.
Okay, where does ethics come from?
Ethics is based upon our preferences.
Oh, it's based upon your preference. So why do you have? Why do people prefer to have good ethics than bad ethics?
Because good is what they have a preference for, so it's just logically entailed.
Why do people have the logically entailment of good? Because all Islam preaches and Allah preaches is good.
No. Good is what they would want to be the case, right? Or what they like.
But
right?
why is that?
That's like by definition.
The thing is, you get your whole entire moral compass from God's perspective. God gave you a choice of being good or bad. Just like how I said in the previous live, you have a choice on what you can and can't do. But you choose to have good ethics, which is a moral compass, which automatically means that you follow God. Whether you like it or not, Allah says in the Quran.
I'm not following God there, right? I'm not following God or anything there.
They worship Allah, whether they like it or not. So you worship Allah, you just don't know it.
Okay, you can think what you want when it relates to that. Do you want to actually give an argument that relates to the topic?
There's no point in arguing with you, sweetheart. You're just like Ben. I don't know. You just want to be God's enemy and go to hell. I don't know what to do.
I don't want to be an enemy of something that doesn't exist because I can't.
So okay,
it's not
I have
possible.
one question. Okay,
It's not
here you have
reasonable.
two. Okay, you have two predicaments. This is what Muslims are saying. You have two predicaments. You can either be a good person, believe in Allah, and then end up in paradise, or go to hell. Or you can still be a good person, not believe in Allah, and nothing will happen, but you have a chance of going to hell. Islam doesn't tell you to lose anything. All it tells you is to be a good person, believe in the one who created the heavens and the earth. Why would
I'm not
you
scared of it at all because
why would any
contradictory
logical
notions.
human being with any iota of fucking brain you choose to not believe in Islam when there's obviously a if factor that you could potentially go to hell and you're still doing good deeds and you're still being a good person? You get what I'm saying?
Are you scared of the hell of Christianity?
Bro, Christianity, there's no such thing as hell in Christianity. If you're
There
Christian,
is hell
you
in
go to heaven.
Christianity.
Okay, explain
Right.
to me what is the hell of Christianity though, because I would like to
It's
chill
if,
there
it's
for
if you
like
don't
a few
believe or
days.
have faith in Jesus Christ and repent, then you don't go
So
to
what
heaven.
happens in that hell?
Some notions are eternal conscious torment. Others are just that you like cease to
Honestly,
exist.
I prefer to be in
Depends.
Christian hell than in Muslim hell, because Muslim hell it's black and
No,
then
are
there's
you
another-
you scared of Christian?
No, I'm not. I'm not scared of Christian hell because I don't follow.
Are you
Islam.
scared of the hell from Judaism?
Yes, I'm scared of the hell from the initial gospel, the Torah, the Quran, and the Palms are all sent from Allah. So we believe in all of these books. We don't pick and choose between the books. The hell is the same hell. I don't know
Okay,
about
if I create my own religion and I tell you that there's a hell in this religion, are you going to be scared of it?
No.
Okay, so like you can dispute the hell of all these other religions.
No,
I can
you
just
can't.
dispute
You
yours
can't,
as well.
because the
in
only
that same
reason I
respect,
believe-
because the Pascal's wager doesn't give you the ability to differentiate between any type of religion. All the religions are viewed the same from Pascal's wager standpoint. So if you're willing to reject
Who the
Pascal's
fuck is
wager when it
Pascal
relates,
Wager?
that's the argument you just gave. If you're willing to reject it when it relates to one scenario, but not reject it when it relates to other scenarios, right? It seems like you have an issue there.
Bro,
you need to
I don't care
explain.
about Christian hell. I'm just saying that the only reason I believe in Islam is because the Quran is scientifically, by your science, that shit that you worship, is scientifically proven to be the word of God.
That's
There's no way a
false.
man.
False.
Okay, prove to me. Let's have a proper conversation. How is the Quran not the word of God? Prove it to me.
We've already gone over this. We've already
Yeah, but
literally gone over
but you
this.
have to prove this to me
I've
because
given you
how could
contradictions.
Okay, why is there
I've also shown you
embryology
that
in the
it's not
Quran?
related to historical fact. The embryology is basic and doesn't go over anything.
Okay, well, you just said it's basic. Are you denying that it's there?
Yeah. No, the embryology exists. It says it like it's embryology, but it's not actually correspondent to embryology we see. Like,
Yes, it is.
within
You know how
science.
many scientists I can
It's
pull up
not.
right now that became Muslim off of learning about the embryology, just the embryology?
I've literally read it. It's not like.
Listen,
like
Parker,
complex.
you
It's not
you just want to be
hyper-specific.
wrong. You just want to be right. Like you just want to be against anything anyone
No,
says.
you're literally.
No, no,
first of
because
all-
you just said it's
first of all-
basic.
First
What do you
of
mean
all,
it's basic, fam?
Yeah, it
Talk
doesn't
truth.
go over the complexities
But
of
is it still
embryology.
true or not? Okay,
No.
can an illiterate orphan in the middle of the desert 1400 years ago know anything about the embryology of human beings?
We can have questions about whether or not they were illiterate. One, like clearly
What are you
speaking.
talking about? Whether or not
Two-
Muhammad was illiterate?
two,
How
that doesn't mean you
could
can't
Muhammad
dictate.
not be illiterate?
Hey, let me respond. Two, we don't know necessarily like whether or not like it could just dictate as he was a merchant, right? He was able to interact with many other people, gain knowledge from other
Who do you
different
think in
communities
that
as he was a
time
merchant.
had a
Thank you
okay?
for the
But how
fantastic.
old
I
is the
appreciate it. Thank
microscope?
you. Okay, so do I need to mute you every single time I like speak or something? Is that what I
Bro,
need to do?
continue. I'm listening.
Okay. No, you can go. I'm just gonna tell you to like just chill.
Bro, I'm just saying the microscope was only created 100 years ago. You're just being zooped.
I'm confused what you're talking about.
The microscope, the stuff that they use to check out the human body and stuff. Yeah, that was only created 100 years ago.
I don't see how that's relevant, right?
So how is
Embryology
it
within the
possible for
Quran is not.
anyone in that time period to know anything about the human body?
They already knew. Ancient Greeks knew about the human body.
Okay, but did they know the
dissected.
steps? The entire step of the childbirth is in the Quran.
It's
From
not.
the weaning of the child and everything of the sort.
That's not true.
Parker, you can't deny the Quran's the word of Allah. You're just lying. You're saying it's not true when it's obviously there. You're saying
you're
it's
literally
basic.
trolling. You're literally
can't even-
trolling, right?
No, I'm not
you think
trolling.
you think that there's
I'm not
embryology
trolling. Wallah,
that's
I'm just
complex.
bored. But yo, I'm just telling you.
You think there's
can't-
embryology that's complex?
No,
Hold up,
because
hold
you're
up.
saying it's basic,
up.
family. You can't see it's
It is.
basic.
It is, right? So
What
if
does
you
that
actually
even
read
mean?
it,
It's basic. You're admitting it. You just admit you lost. War. It's over. I won. Top G has conquered. Tell Andrew Tate I want to marry him, by the way. Yo, guess what? His friend messaged me on Twitter.
okay. So the embryology that's listed within the Quran, extremely vague. It does not actually give a legitimate process in which embryology occurs.
This guy said vague.
It is, yeah. Can you let me finish?
Stop saying vague.
I mean, it is vague. It clearly was vague, right? It has no actual process. It literally talks about how like the bones and flesh were just formed immediately. That's not the process of embryology at all. It's not how it functions, okay? Clearly speaking, right, there's a lack of understanding at that time that is also associated with the knowledge that we had from the ancient Greeks. The ancient Greeks had some knowledge about how these different processes worked, and that's exactly why the Quran also claims that sperm, right, the spurting fluid that causes life to exist, right, to be something that derives from between the backbone and the ribs, as that was literally believed by the ancient Greeks before, okay? So this is just knowledge at the time.
You're trying to tell me that Muhammad had access to the ancient Greeks.
Yes, knowledge, yes.
So now you're just saying anything, pretty much. You're just making up anything.
No, that's actually like historically understood.
No, because I heard what you said. You literally just pointed out one thing, and then you said that it's vague. How could it be vague when it's still facts? And that's just one thing. The embryology is just the one thing. That's not even like everything else is in the Quran. What about the bees? What about the bees having a cure in their belly? What about that? They just recently found out that's a cure for cancer, apparently.
Thank you for the hand, Bridget. Thank you so much.
In their belly?
Can you show me like a source?
Bro, I don't know. You can search it. I recently seen that. But the bees, the whole life of the bee, it's in the Quran. It's written by step how they benefit mankind.
And what does it say?
Bro, it says that the bee it takes care of mankind and how we survive off using the bee, like, and all the benefits of the bee. It's in the Quran. There's a whole freaking chapter called the bee.
I'm asking you what they say.
I don't know what they say. I'm not a scholar yet.
Okay. Well. Okay. So since you don't know what you have to know about that, right? How about we talk about the topic?
Parker, you literally can't just look at the signs Allah gives you and be like,
can we look at the topic? Can we go to the topic?
You can't be like it's vague and it's basic. What the you're 1400 years ago in the middle of the desert. You're getting information that's godly, and you're talking about it's basic. You're disrespecting Allah. I don't know what you're
Can
going
we
to
talk about the topic?
Bro, why would you not support Trump? Of course I support Trump. He has orange hair, and he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So what about him's funny? He
freed all the Mexican kids. We're all happy now.
What?
Bro, Biden is a pedo.
What are you talking about? Wait, hold up. The claim you said feeds Mexican kids. I'm confused.
No, he freed all the Mexican kids. Didn't he?
He separated the families.
Didn't he shut down the wall?
He separated families at the border.
Bro, he repented. Bro, I forgive him. May Allah forgive him.
He's Christian. Thank you for the hand. I appreciate it.
So what?
Okay, you're trolling. You're not being serious. You're not being serious.
Well, Parker, you're wrong. Okay, you can't call the embryology in the Quran basic. You have to admit that.
Yeah, you're trolling. Have a good day.
Okay, bye. Love you. Bye.
I can't do it. I actually can't do it. We're gonna go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. Tap that screen. Let's try to get to 1 million likes, everyone. Matt with the Interstellar. W Matt in the comment section right now, everyone. Let's go. W Matt. Let's go. W with the Interstellar. W Matt. Hey, let's go. Let's go. All right, everyone. Again, if you like the content, follow me if you haven't already. Only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. W Matt's in the comment section, everyone. Okay, for some reason it's not. Dude, get off my For You page. Stop interacting with my content, and maybe I'll get off your For You page. If you didn't interact with my content so much, I wouldn't be on it. That's tough. That's tough. Oh, I thought something crazy just happened. All right, we're good. Don't worry. All right, let me go to the next person. It's not accepting people. Again, only send a guest request. If you disagree, share the live, everyone. Let's try to get to 1,000 shares, everyone. You can copy link or you can send it to a few friends. Again, Matt, W Matt in the comment section. I appreciate the Interstellar, man. Appreciate it, man. All right, let's go to the next person. It's really not accepting people. I'm trying. Give it a second, everyone. Again, share the live if you want to help get it out to more people, y'all. Oh, chat, we're about to move to sub-only chat. If you want to have access to the sub-only chat that I'm going to be putting on for the last hour of the live, subscribe to me if you haven't already. Helps me come on here every single day. So only send a guest request. If you disagree, everyone, if you want to have access to the sub-only chat I'm putting on here in a second, again, make sure to do so if you haven't already. All right, it's not accepting people. Give it a second, everyone. Thank you for the hand tar. Appreciate it, Mila. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Mila. Appreciate it. Okay, let me get to the next one. Sorry, everyone. It's not accepting people. I'm trying. Give it a minute, everyone. Tap that screen, y'all. Let's try to get to 1 million likes, everyone. If we get to 1 million likes, I'll be giving away a few free subs here at the end of the live, everyone. If we get to 1 million likes. For some reason, it's not accepting people, y'all. I'm trying. Give it a second, y'all. Yo, Dan, thank you so much for the hand hearts. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, it's not accepting them. Let me go to the next. Again, only send a guest request if you disagree, all. Thank you. I appreciate all the hand hearts. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Chantel. Yo, thank y'all for the hand hearts. Mads, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Okay, it's not accepting people, everyone. I'm trying really hard. I don't know why it's not accepting y'all. Give it a second, everyone. Yo, The Wanderer, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, y'all, it's actually not accepting people. I don't know what's going on. I really am trying to get people on. Again, only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. I'll DM you about free sub. I'm confused. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
30.
For sure. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
Hello?
Why so? Why do you support Trump?
Because he hasn't really done anything negative or wrong in any way.
Thank you for the paper crane. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Nothing?
Yeah, he hasn't done anything wrong or anything.
So him lying about the election for the past few years, it's not wrong? Him being held liable for sexual abuse isn't wrong? Him going into like pageant shows with little girls that are changing, that's not wrong? Him referring to Mexican people who are coming from Mexico, immigrating to the country, as they're rapists and criminals. Some, I assume, are good people. Him referring to the people from Charlottesville as very fine people when they were white supremacists there. The Muslim ban. All right. Any of those ring a bell?
I feel like those are all kind of like the leftist side. So you know how like a lot of things are tainted and warped depending on people's political views and depending on the
and those aren't those are just true across the board, right? Like I'm not giving a biased perspective when I really said these are things that Trump literally did.
You believe them because you listen to biased media that believes in
what biased media?
Well, what media do you listen to?
I don't really listen to mainstream media.
Well, you have to have learned it from somewhere, even if it's from Facebook or YouTube or anything like that. There's some form of bias of which you get your information from. So,
so what distincts my bias that I get my information from your bias that you get your information from?
So it's depending on the social media that you're going on to. Everyone goes on things like TikTok, for example. And depending on which side they're on, it would be they'll receive information depending on their interest. So a lot of liberal people will get liberal information, the liberal side of their political views, and vice versa when it comes to the other political view. Am I making sense?
No, I didn't get what you're trying to say then.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. All right, I'm probably just not explaining this right, so I'm just gonna go.
Okay, appreciate you coming on. All right, everyone, only send a guest request. If you disagree, tap that screen. Let's try to get to 1 million likes. If you want to help get it out to more people, share the try to get to 1,000 shares. Chantel, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you want to have access to the sub-only chat that's going to be on for the next hour or so, make sure to subscribe to me if you haven't already. Tomorrow, I will be back to, I will be on actually pretty early tomorrow. because I have lots of time to be able to debate tomorrow. But today I do have to get off here in about an hour. So I do appreciate everyone who did come on today so far. It's been a great day so far. Again, tomorrow we're going to be talking about, I think we're going to do the body count topic tomorrow, everyone. Yo, Inverts, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And then we should be back to this topic the next day after that. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Schaefer, I appreciate the subscription. Raphael, I appreciate the hand mustache.
I'm 41.
For sure. Do you support Trump?
Yeah,
Sammy,
yes,
I appreciate the subscription. Thank you. Why so?
Well, I've owned multiple businesses. I still am a small business owner, and the past 6 years, man, to be honest, like I was doing the best, and so was my family and friends around me. We were doing the best that we've done during the Trump presidency. Just taxes wise. The economy was booming. Fuel was cheap. I'm in agriculture. So, that was a really big deal. Fuel was massive for us. There's a ton of reasons of why, I support him, especially when it comes to making money. For sure.
I appreciate the subscription. Chantal, I appreciate that mustache. Thank you so much. So, one, you were saying that you were doing better off. Oh, that was right?
Yes, correct.
And then you also, Kat, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. There was one, you said gas prices were low, which also relates to you being better off. Okay, so
just gas, taxes, food was cheaper. Just building materials were cheaper, fertilizer was cheaper.
Well, that's all going to be derivative of gas. So like when it relates to gas, you know that like inflation's a global phenomenon, correct?
Yeah, and okay, so the problem that we're having now, right, is we're spending too much money under this administration. We're also not drilling oil. We're not drilling for oil. Recently he just canceled the Alaska pipeline. That was literally in the news like a week ago. So there's that issue. America's not producing, its own oil anymore.
We actually are producing the same rates as we were under Trump.
Not necessarily, no.
So I'm going to show you.
We're definitely not. So we're definitely not. That's why we're buying oil. We're literally buying oil from other countries right now.
I'll show you. It's right here. All right, here. For some reason, it's not letting me zoom in. Why is it not letting me zoom in? Well, you can look this. Actually, no, here it lets me now. Here's our oil production. You see how it's back up to where it was?
I can see a graph. Yeah, that's how it's hard.
Ernesto,
to see,
I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Here, let me turn this off. Okay, so this is in terms of production. You see the blue line, how it came back to where it was?
Yeah, I can see a blue line. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's the production line, right? So here I can scroll out.
Yeah, but the production,
that's thousands of barrels per day.
Yeah, but thousands of barrels per day is
in thousands of barrels. Sorry.
Yeah. So either way, what I'm saying, man, is we've depleted so much of it that we're never going to catch up because the amount.
No, we got back to the standard. So the reason why gas prices are at where they are is because of Russia-Ukraine situation, and it's because of what's it called, and because of OPEC. Right, limiting how much they're sending.
The Russia and Ukraine situation. The only reason we're in that situation is because of the current president. And
so can you give me a reason to believe that it would be different if it was under Trump's administration?
Trump would have negotiated his way out of it and made sure that
they're not sitting at the table for negotiations.
Yeah, well, they were. They already did. They did. They actually negotiated.
Not with Biden.
No,
not with the U.S. I'm talking about.
Yeah, Biden has.
They sit down other ways.
Ukraine. Biden has special interests with Ukraine.
I don't think that's true.
It's 100% true. He even said it himself.
Can you give me evidence to believe that?
You can look it up. He literally said it himself. He did an interview. He did the quid pro quo, like when they were
What'd he say?
investigating him and his son with Burisma. There was literally a prosecutor there in Ukraine that was investigating him and his son, and then he said, "I'm going to withhold your billions of dollars, and I'm going to withhold your billions of dollars unless you fire this prosecutor." And then Biden said, "Well, goddamn," he said, "sure enough, by 5:00 or whatever that afternoon, the guy was fired." He literally has special interest in Ukraine.
Wasn't that guy corrupt
said it
though?
himself. What's that?
Wasn't that guy corrupt?
The prosecutor? No, he was investigating the Bidens he was investigating the Bidens.
I don't think that's necessarily true that it was just because he was
It's 100% true. Biden said it himself.
I don't think that's true. No, just again, give me the quote. Where do I find this quote?
You look it up. You're sitting in front of a phone. I can't. If I try and look it up right now, it'll literally exit out of the live.
It will pause you. It doesn't exit out you out the live, but
yeah, you can find it.
What do I type in?
You could probably type in Biden. You could probably put in like Biden brags about firing Ukraine prosecutor. That would probably pull it right up.
A YouTube video?
Sure. It's literally him doing like an interview.
Time to Kyiv, and I remember going over convincing our team or others to convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, "No," I said, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, "You have no authority. You're not the president." The president said. I said, "Call him." I said, "I'm telling you."
This is from when he was vice president.
You're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was 6 hours. I said, "I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money." Oh, son of a bitch.
Weird.
Yeah, no, but the prosecutor was corrupt.
Like quid pro quo to me.
But the prosecutor is corrupt, though. So
No,
isn't it for a particular reason?
Okay,
Yeah,
you're stating something that you have no proof of.
Oh, we can pull it up.
Okay.
So what was the prosecutor's name?
I can't remember. I don't have the information in front of me.
Prosecutor that Biden called, or I mean that Biden. Poroshenko. Here, let me see in the chat. Poroshenko. Okay, well, we're gonna Poroshenko. Okay, all right. I'm pulling it up. All right. Let me pull this up. Okay, so here's you can look up Eurasia Net, a brief history of corruption, Ukraine, the Poroshenko area. And it goes over like the corruption involved with Poroshenko. So you can pull that up if you would like.
Yeah, Poroshenko isn't the prosecutor.
That's not the prosecutor?
No, that was not the prosecutor.
Okay, well then there's another person that has the stuff. So let me pull it up. He was the president of Ukraine. Well, he was corrupt apparently as well.
Poroshenko was, but that's who Biden was talking to at the time to get the prosecutor fired.
Prosecutor.
Poroshenko, yes, is very corrupt, but Biden was literally making deals with
Biden,
the corrupt president.
Well, I mean, so does Trump. Trump makes deals with prosecutors. I mean, not prosecutors, with corrupt presidents as well.
Not like that, man. Not like that. You can't name one that was even close to like that.
Name close to what? Sorry.
Like you can't name one that was even remotely like that, dude. There's a massive
name one what that was not remotely like that. Sorry, say that again.
There's a massive investigation going on right now with Biden and his entire family. Like I'd really be surprised. I'd really be surprised.
Tats and Twos, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
If somebody in his family doesn't go to jail for this, to be honest.
But we don't have conclusive evidence when it comes to this. They're investigating, which I agree with.
Evidence. There's a lot of
conclusive evidence.
Yeah, for sure.
Give me the conclusive evidence.
Well, I'm not a prosecutor, man. I'm not sitting there trying to.
I appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much.
So
Victor
totally
Shokin, is that his name? Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the paper crane. Thank you so much.
You'd have to look it up. You'd have to.
Yo, Magic Man, appreciate it.
Yeah, you'd have to actually look it up and see who he had fired. Like that'd be the easiest way to look up who Biden had. What prosecutor did Biden have fired in Ukraine? That would probably give you his name.
I think it's Victor Shokin.
Yeah, he was investigating Burisma. The Bidens in Burisma.
Requesting information on relating to that. So wait, the investigation of Burisma, did that happen after 2012? 2016?
I think it's still on. It was, well, technically, even right now, it's still ongoing.
So the investigation has been going on since when?
Since he was vice president.
Yeah, I'd have to read into this.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. I'm just telling you.
We can go to read. I'll read into it, and we can talk about it then. If you
want to read into it, it is, dude. You're gonna be like, what the hell, dude? It's bad.
Well, I mean, I'm already for investigating and taking down the Bidens if they're corrupt and whatnot. Clearly speaking, I'm not against that, right?
Yeah,
but my point is that given that I've seen right now, given the evidence that I have, right, clearly speaking, Trump is a worse circumstance for the United States comparative to Biden in terms of administration, in terms of federal judges, in terms of, again, the anti-democratic notions.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem is that we're not a democracy. We're not a democracy at all. We'll never be.
We're representative democracy.
No, we're actually not. You're wrong. You want to look it up?
We're not. No, I'm not.
Look it up. See if the United States
a constitutional republic and democratic republic is a representative democracy.
No, it's not. Absolutely not.
It's
not a
fundamentally is.
It's not. It's not.
It literally is.
It's literally not. That's it. We would just say it's a democracy. It was a democracy.
It's a representative democracy, which is also compatible with being a republic.
Just because it has similarities doesn't mean that it's a
no. It is. It is a republic. It's also a democratic republic, and it's a representative democracy.
No, it's not. It's not two things. It's only one.
Oh my gosh, it can be both.
No, but we're not.
You just don't understand. I need you to look into it. Actually,
I have. You can Google it.
No, you haven't. I promise.
You can literally Google it, man.
I have. Did you take a civics class in high school? You would have known this.
We're a constitutional republic. Just because if there's similarities.
Did you take a civics class in high school?
Can't call it something it's not.
Did you take a civics class in high school?
What does that have to do with anything?
They probably didn't have it in place yet. You literally learn about this in civics class.
I took home ec in high school, but it doesn't mean I'm a chef.
No, I'm not saying that you had. I'm just saying that you would have learned it there.
All right. Okay. Either way, it doesn't really matter, man. And hey, I know that I've been listening to you for a while, and you keep bringing up the supposed lie that he lied about the 2020 election about it being
stolen. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So I just want to let you know, 100% it was stolen. And I can easily prove that because my vote was stolen. And along with other family members and friends, I live in Arizona. I don't know if you heard of Sharpiegate. But that was a big thing down here.
How do you know your vote got stolen?
Because I checked and it was never counted.
So your vote was never counted. When did you send it in?
I didn't send it in. I stood in line.
You stood in line. Did you put in your stuff correctly?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yep.
Then it would have been in.
We all checked on it. A bunch of people did. It was a big thing down here.
Then it would have been in.
No, it literally did not. It did not count. Like there was literally a hotline number you could check to see if it was counted, and it was never counted.
Yeah. So
it happened down here, and then there was also
why not report it? Mila, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Did you report it? Allison, thank you for the subscription as well. I appreciate it.
Yeah, a ton of people did. Yeah, there was another hotline you could call and like.
Oh, did you?
It didn't matter. Yeah, of course I did.
Where did you do that? At the hotline number?
Yeah, you just do a hotline. You give them your first, last name, give them your social security number and stuff, and then that's it. That's all that happens.
And no information.
No, of course not. Why would they? They're stealing it.
So you went in person and voted?
Yes, I did. Stood in line for like 3 hours.
And they didn't take your vote at all?
No, they scanned it, but that was about it. Gave me a little stupid receipt and a sticker that says I voted.
And you, okay, so, I mean, I don't want to ask for your name and stuff so I can search it up, but you can like search this stuff up.
You can't find it because all the records have been destroyed down here. So
why were the records destroyed?
Well, because they want to hide it. Why else would you destroy records?
Well,
dude, big court
destroying records is like sus.
Cases that happen. Exactly.
If they destroyed records, that would be sus, and people would have called that out.
Yeah, look it up. We did call it out. There was big court cases down here.
Yeah, and what happened from the court cases?
Nothing, because they're all Democrat run.
That's not how it works.
It literally, that's how it works.
So you're just saying the courts was like bias.
You're telling me that you can't buy people?
You're telling me that they bought them out. So can you give me evidence they bought them out?
Well, I mean, if the votes were stolen and then the evidence was destroyed.
Well, you're claiming these things. Can you give me evidence of any of these things?
I'm telling you, you can look it up. If you don't believe me, you can just look it up.
I'll give you time to look it up. I'll give you time to look it up, and you can tell me the title.
I really don't want. I'm just explaining to you like what happened. I mean, if you're really interested, you can look it up.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's a pretty huge claim, and like I think that you should find it real quick, and then you can come back real quick, and we can go over.
I'm just telling you, man. You can look it up yourself. All your guys' your viewers and stuff like that, they can look it up too. And I'm sure most of them have heard about it.
So why can't you find it real quick for us?
I really don't want to go through the time and go look it up. If you guys are really that interested in it, and you guys really want to, if you're,
I mean, you're the one making the claim, right? If I just make claims about Trump and don't give you any source and just tell you to look it up, right? That would probably not be the best way to make claims about Trump.
I'd absolutely look it up. I mean, if I really wanted to know, and I wanted,
no, but you'd be satisfied in the conversation if I were just to say look it up every single time.
Well, yeah, you've been saying a lot of facts this entire time without any proof. The only thing I just saw is you just
ask for proof for any of the claims, and I'll give it to you.
It doesn't really matter.
It does actually.
It doesn't, because all we're doing is talking anyways, dude. Like realistically, like when it comes down to it,
we have to have processes to confirm or disconfirm claims. If we don't have a process to confirm or disconfirm a claim, then how the hell are we gonna?
The problem is with everybody right now, right? Is we're not unified. Okay.
Thank you, Cashman. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
We're not unified. We have a corrupt government. It's plainly freaking obvious. We're all in a shitty spot. Inflation is high. Interest rates are high. No one can afford rent. Food is expensive. Gas is expensive. We're literally in World War III right now.
We're not in World War III.
100%.
Gas is expensive because of the conditions I told you about. That the same thing would have been true. Hold up.
Yeah.
Same thing would have been true with the gas and the economy when it relates to Trump if Trump was president.
No, right? Absolutely, it would not.
We are not in World War III.
How do you know we're not in World War III? Explain that.
Because World War III would involve many different countries declaring war on each other, internationally speaking.
No.
Major countries, major superpowers, which has not happened.
Oh, you mean like us sending F-16s and Abram tanks and weapon systems?
That's not declaring war.
Country,
that is fundamentally, Kyle. It's fundamentally different from declaring war. We gave
no,
lend lease.
Not. No,
Lend-lease. Lend-lease is fundamentally different.
I want to say one thing. When do we declare war? When do we declare war?
When? It depends on the circumstance. Noisy, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
Before we get involved?
Thank you, Noisy. Appreciate it.
Do we ever declare war prior before we get involved?
Yeah.
When? Name one time.
After Pearl Harbor, we declared war.
We were already involved.
Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Troops. We were sending troops.
We declared war and then we sent troops.
Munitions? No, absolutely not. The only reason, no, dude. No, we were already involved in World War II. Look it up. You don't know your history very well.
I do. And again, when we relate to history, we literally got involved, right?
No, that wasn't when we got involved in World War II. We were involved in World War II before Pearl Harbor, just so you know.
Are you talking about in terms of like the money? Yeah, I appreciate that hat mustache. Thank you so much. We were talking about the declaration of war, bro. You're literally changing the claim because we were talking about declaration of war.
Yeah, I just told you, name one time when I said name one time when we have actually, when we have not already been involved in a war, when they have you know what I'm saying? Name one time. Okay. I just told you and you just went around it and you said the only time you said, oh yeah, Pearl Harbor. That's when we declared war. And that's when we got
we declared war after Pearl Harbor is what I said.
Yeah,
Thank you, Maggie. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
So were we not involved in World War II prior to Pearl Harbor?
It depends on what you mean by involved. Right? I'm talking about declaration of war.
I know that. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, in terms of we did not declare war prior to Pearl Harbor, no.
Okay, but were we involved in World War II prior before that?
What do you mean by involved with?
Were we sending troops? Were we sending
mustache? Thank you so much.
Were we sending money? Were we sending?
I think we were sending money. Yeah.
Were we sending equipment?
We were sending money and equipment. Yeah.
Okay, so wouldn't that make you involved?
Not in terms of declaring war.
Okay,
we were talking about declaring war. We weren't talking about.
So you're saying a document is the almighty key mark of being involved in a world war? Is a document is a declaration?
No. I'm okay. So then you have to say that there is a world war going on right now that we're then involving ourselves with. I appreciate the hide mustache. Thank you so much. What's the world war?
Is Russia not a superpower? Answer me these questions. Is Russia not a superpower?
You could necessarily consider Russia a superpower. It's like that's extremely vague in the usage of superpower. Then nuclear superpower, you could say, but superpower in general, I don't know if I would say that, especially economically.
So there's superpower.
See, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
Beat around the bush as much as you want, but there's superpower. Okay.
I literally just said, no, they're not. Not like a.
NATO.
Not in economic sense. Not in economic sense at all.
Europe is a superpower. Just in general, Germany's a superpower. The U.S. is a superpower.
I wouldn't consider Germany by itself a superpower.
What's the definition of a world war?
Appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Mama fan. So when it relates to world war, there'll be many different countries around the world declaring war who are like superpowers, or like top superpowers, right? So like when it relates to World War II, it was like Germany, Britain, America, Japan, right? Those were like the biggest countries at the time, right? Clearly.
And what were they all doing?
Russia.
They were all sending equipment, personnel, and money.
No, but they declared war as well. So it's not just that
they didn't all declare war until after they were already involved. None of them did.
So technically, the Cold War you think is a legitimate war then?
The Cold War?
Yeah.
The Cold War was a legitimate war. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so you think any type of so it's just proxy war is war under your view, like direct war.
Proxy war is absolutely war. That's why it has the name war in it.
Well, the idea is that it could be a type of war, right? But it's not necessarily the declaration of war that we're talking about.
This is definitely 100% a world war, dude.
I wouldn't consider it a world war. A proxy war between hold up, stop. A proxy war between like Russia and the US isn't a world war.
It's not a proxy war. Americans are going over there and fighting.
No, it's only a proxy war.
It's definitely not a proxy war. The Americans are literally going over there and dying, dude.
No, they're going on training. What are you talking about?
What you're talking about?
I don't know. Can you give me evidence that they're like going in there and they're fighting?
Have you ever been on an app or I think they have a website too, Funker Tactical?
No.
You can go on there. Go on Funker Tactical.
What
if
is
anybody
that?
wants to see, if anyone wants to see what's going on in Ukraine right now,
What
you
is
can go
that?
to Funker Tactical. It's literally a bunch of veterans and stuff. It's a veteran-owned. They have an app and a website, and they get intel from Ukraine, and they post videos, and it's actually pretty neat to watch. If you're
How do you know
interested,
it's accurate?
Your eyes and ears can't lie, dude. I mean, if you want to see,
I mean,
what's going on there.
you could be shown misleading information.
Well, I mean, you can cross-reference it if you want to.
With what?
I mean, you just go on the internet and research it.
Okay, so like,
I mean, you can do your own research if you're really interested to see if somebody's telling the truth or not. You can just go and do your own research. So, I mean, everybody's got that capability now. If you have a phone in your hand, it's literally like a computer. You can do your own.
that doesn't
research.
justify you just making your own claims about anything and not being held accountable to like actually providing a source.
Everybody's making their own claim. So, I mean, you can go in just like stuff you
I'm not
say.
making a claim without evidence, right? Like I'll give you evidence if you ask.
Yeah, and I'll still research it because, when you go and research websites, stuff's really biased, dude. People have biased opinions, and, it's just the way it goes nowadays. It's the way it goes. Nothing's ever 100%. You got to go in and do your own research. It's the way it goes. I mean,
We're trying to indicate what's most likely based on evidence, though, right? And every single
Sometimes.
time you make a claim, you can't just like say that like, you got to Google it, right? Because I can say the exact same thing. I can make a claim about Donald Trump.
just
Thank
like
you for
you
the
saying
subscription.
that-
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I can say Trump got found guilty. Google it.
And then I would.
And then you wouldn't be able to find it. And then what would you think?
If I wouldn't be able to find that Trump was guilty,
Yeah.
well, I'd be like, okay, I wasn't able to find it. What do you mean? What are you
Yeah.
getting at?
So the same thing would be true like when I relate to you now, right? I can't find what you're referencing. So
about what? What do you
about
what do
any
you-
of the claims that you've made, I've looked them up.
You can't find what? You literally just played a video of
Appreciate the heathen. Thank you for the
Biden-
subscription. I appreciate
of
it.
Biden talking to a corrupt president in Ukraine and making deals with a corrupt president and doing some.
I didn't even talk about that, but there are many corrupt deals with, not corrupt deals with corrupt presidents around the world that Biden, Trump, all the different presidents engage with. I don't know what you're talking about. That's like you're misleading information.
It
Number
wasn't
one.
misleading information. I brought it up and you said, oh, show me your evidence. And then you went and found the video yourself of him saying it. So that wasn't misleading. I didn't mislead you. I told you.
You told me the correct information in terms of saying that like he, what was it? It was like he got rid of it was like he wanted to get rid of the prosecutor, right? But you didn't add the information that the prosecutor. You didn't add the information that the prosecutor had corrupt past or there was a reason for him to be gone. Right?
No,
It's not like it was just out of nothing.
There was no corrupt past. You're just making that up. You didn't.
I'm literally not making it up, dude. We literally.
Okay. There's no. He didn't have a corrupt past.
Literally, that is the reason why they got them in that circumstance in the first place. If it was the case that what I saw was wrong, right, and say that he didn't have a corrupt past, and this was particularly because they were investigating. Hold up, it was particularly because they were investigating the Bidens. Clearly speaking, I'd be in the same standpoint as you. Yeah, what the fuck? This is very fucked up, right? In the same position, right? But I'm not convinced by that.
It's because you didn't look it up. You looked up.
I did look it. I literally did look it up, dude.
No, you did. No, you
I literally
didn't.
did, bro.
I'm telling you, you didn't show anything, dude. You didn't show nothing.
I literally told you what to look up for Victor Shokin.
I'm just saying, you're whatever. You know, you can say
whatever, bro.
You can say what you want. I will. I don't even need to. I know I've already looked that up. In 2014, I looked that up.
Okay, I'm confused, right? But like, I mean, okay, then why would you say that my looking it up recently wasn't?
Because you're not being honest with your viewers, man.
What do you mean I'm not being honest? I am being honest.
You're not being,
Literally everything I've said is honest.
literally it's not. Just like you saying that there was no.
You said you looked it up in 2014, and it didn't even happen in 2014.
He was a prosecutor in 2014.
No, but you didn't look up this information, right, about this happening. They give you the cap. I appreciate it because it hadn't happened yet. So you're the one that's misleading people. It's not me.
I understand that. He's been.
So you agree that you made a false claim about it, and then you're trying to say that I'm the one misleading people.
Name the claim that I made.
You literally just made a claim that fuck, what was it? You literally just said it, dude. I literally just lost it in my head. Come on, you just said it, bro. I literally forgot, bro. I just called it out, man.
I looked him up in 2014.
Yeah, you said, you said you looked it up and it was in 2014, but actually it happened after that point.
I looked him up in 2014, yes.
No, you said you researched this event.
No, I did not say that particular event I researched in 2014. That's not what I said.
Sure.
That's not what I said.
What did you say then? What were you referencing?
I said I looked him up in 2014. I've been following the war. I've been following the war over there between Russia and Ukraine since 2014.
No, you said the Victor Shokin thing.
I understand that, but he was also a prosecutor during that time. There's a bunch of
but he wasn't relevant.
No, he was not irrelevant during that time.
He was irrelevant.
No, not during that time. No, he has not.
He's literally irrelevant at that time period.
Absolutely not. If you want to learn more about that,
whatever, man. You're the one saying that I'm the one misleading people.
What
right?
I'm saying too is also you brought up the voter fraud thing. There was even voter fraud in your state, dude. You said you live in California. What about ballot harvesting?
Those were Republicans.
No, in California,
they unironically were Republicans.
Okay, you have no.
In California, yeah, they were Republicans.
Okay, so Republicans. So you're saying no Democrats did any sort of ballot harvesting at all?
No, there probably were. I would say like it was majority Republicans from what I've seen.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. And then what about all the I don't know, across the U.S. of people using fake addresses and things like that? Have you ever watched Steven Crowder?
Someone made this claim earlier, right? Literally heard this earlier from another person.
Yeah, they went around.
Right? So like when it relates to
drove around in Nevada,
I would like to see the actual process they use to find these particular addresses. 1, 2, there's literally some level of fraud within every single election that exists, right? The level of fraud that existed within this election, this 2020 election, was less proportionally than every other election in U.S. history.
How do you know that?
Again, I can source a claim on that. It's not
okay, so you pulling it out of my ass. Somebody made a claim and you read it, and you're just gonna
I can source a claim from like they audited the election.
Obviously, they didn't audit it because they didn't count my vote. Where's that?
I don't even know to accept that.
Okay, you don't have to. I'm just telling you. It's 100% happened to me, and happened to a bunch of people out here, including my family members. So Arizona's Republican, dude. This is a red state, dude.
And if Arizona changed, would that have changed the election?
If Arizona did change. Arizona did change. Cheated.
No, if it changed to red, would have the election changed?
If what changed to red?
If the results of the election.
if it changed to red. I don't know what you're referring to.
Yeah, if Arizona changed red, would Donald Trump have won the election?
Just Arizona by itself? No.
Yeah.
They would have had to go to the other
lost.
states too. They would have had to go to the other states too. Other states.
So this would
not-
even
it
if I
wasn't
gave you
just- it wasn't
Arizona,
the only ones.
even
It
if
wasn't the only-
even if I gave you Arizona, you still wouldn't have won.
You'd have to have more states.
Yeah, I know that's the issue.
Yeah, I know, but there was more than one state. We weren't the only state that they chose.
Ooh, okay. So again, I'm just not convinced. Not only that your state it was faulty, right, but that it was faulty in any of those other states, right? And again, when it relates to the audits, people that were appointed by Trump, right? They literally none of them indicated that there was sufficient evidence to overturn the election. None.
Yeah, but they never did an investigation.
They literally did investigate.
No, they
What are you
didn't.
talking about? They had audits.
Never even went to court. Never
They
went
did
to
have
court.
audits. Some of them did
No.
go to court. That's a lie.
No.
They literally
didn't.
audited several times. They made him audit multiple times. I don't know what you're talking about.
If you recount the same votes without verifying any information off of those votes, that doesn't do anything. If
It's
you
not
recount,
just it's not just recounting.
Okay, listen. If you recount fraudulent votes, it doesn't matter how many times you recount fraudulent
It's
votes.
literally not just recounting fraudulent.
That's what they
votes,
did.
dude.
That's 100% what they did.
No,
That's how-
there were literally audits, dude. There were many
That's what
audits.
they did. That was their audit. They just recounted the votes.
Audit is not just a recounting, bro.
No, that's what they did. 100%. That's what they did out here.
Literally, look up on the internet. Are audits just recounting?
That's what they did.
You're only referencing one area. You're definitely not referencing.
No, I'm literally referencing
most
all of them.
audits
That's what
because
they did
again,
everywhere.
give me evidence to believe that. Because again,
They
from what
didn't
I've seen,
cross-reference names and addresses.
they
didn't do
what
that.
do you mean? So,
They didn't cross-reference names and addresses.
well, do you want to look at the audits? Have you looked at the audits?
You're not going to find any of them. They destroyed them.
What do you mean they destroyed them?
They destroyed them when you're. They destroyed them.
Really? They destroyed them?
All of the hard copies. That's what they did.
Then look up right now. Look up audits of 2020 election. Click on the first